Alright guys, so this is week 3 and we're going for the VMware configurations. So hopefully everyone's configurations are up to date, or you've been following the video. Hopefully you were able to follow the video. There was a video link copied for the old VMware course in the Blackboard here. So I realized because one student actually followed that and created the last courses videos where we were working on that unreliable vCloud. So I changed that link to the YouTube channel where we're uploading our current videos where we are working on our laptops. So let's go ahead. So guys, any one of you is able to open the portal.menu, portal.office.com. So portal.office.com. Are you able to log in from Humber OneNote?
No, Amir, I tried right now and it wasn't working for me.
Oh, okay. Thank you for confirming. So it's the service from the Microsoft side. And
yeah, it looks like that.
Okay, so let's get going with our lab, what we were doing. So I just saw the last week video here on the channel, and there we had completed the template machine. I'm just going to go a little back on that video to catch that diagram where we were talking. I had explained a lot of stuff here. Create clones. Oops. Okay, this one. So I'll just make a copy of this because our OneNote is not available right now. But just to give an idea about what we're going to do, so I'll just copy it from here and place it in here. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Okay, there are some more people coming. So I couldn't find the link. So there are some comments on the chat, the WhatsApp chat, and what are those? I'm in thanks. Oh, okay. So mine was asking to be admitted to the. Okay, so let's get going, guys. What we were doing last time, we discussed that what our lab will have, and then you guys were supposed to create the screenshots for the configurations where I ask you to create a screenshot. So okay, this is the first machine that we created. In fact, we were able to shut down this machine forever, and it is working. Okay, not sure what is working. Oh, maybe the link is working. Oh, okay. So you're saying the OneNote is working. So
it didn't for me. It didn't work for me. The link.
Oh yeah, and it didn't work for me as well. So those who are living in Scarborough, it's not working. Microsoft is against Scarborough.
Amir, one other thing I wanted to mention. I got a message from Ola Tunde Abati. He might be late to the class, so I think you need to admit him later on. He is on work right now, so yeah, he just messaged.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing that. Let's do the most important lab now before he comes. So we will cover the most critical lab now. That's the most critical of the whole course. So as soon as he enters, we're gonna start doing some, very common lab again. Okay, just kidding. Okay. So, okay. Wow. There are some links shared by Mohammed as well as Mohammed. Okay, both links were shared by Mohammed, so that's why. I clicked that one as well. Please open. Please open. Please open. And it's not opening. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, that's again. So whoever's living in Scarborough, it's not gonna open for you guys. So try to shift somewhere else. I'll try to shift by this week to some other Mohammed, where you live?
I guess it is.
That area. Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
I guess it's not working for others also, because I was trying for the school website. That is also not like opening up. So there's some issues there.
Okay, so if you're in Scarborough and Markham, those two areas
What
are
in
rejected by
Brampton and
Microsoft.
Brampton?
Oh, okay, Scarborough, Markham, and Brampton, guys, moved from these areas ASAP, right? Okay, so you could get access to point node, right? Okay, some more areas. So downtown as well. Move from there. Okay, so let's keep on going. Okay, let's keep on going, guys. So here, what we were. Let me just explain that now. So we want to create 4 machines on 16 GB RAM laptop. We will be able to do that. We're just going to juggle with the RAM where which machine needs more RAM. We're going to give it temporarily, then we're going to change it back to whichever machine needs more later. So that's how we can do this stunt. I mean, like the course or the tough labs on the North York. Okay, there you go. So the areas keep coming in again. So we have to transfer from the whole GTA now. Okay, so what we were talking about, we create a template machine. Anyone can tell me what's the purpose of creating a template machine quickly? What is the purpose of template machine?
It says it's in the box.
Oh, it's in the box. Ah, okay. And it's in the box. That's the first purpose. What's the second purpose, which is the actual one? And that is, Deepshika says, to copy the same configuration. That same configuration copying is, there's a terminology for that. What is it called? The same, oh, there you go. Clone. So we're gonna create clones, right? So last time, did we properly fully configure the whole machine? I think we did. And then we shut it down forever, right? So did we shut it down, and did we change the RAM to 4 MB? So let's confirm our template machine if it has the RAM 4 MB, right? That will confirm that yes, we properly shut it down. If I visit my template, your first name template, Humber, and 21 September. So okay, there you go. Saf says yes. So do you have that machine by the name of template and having 4 MB RAM? So if you have that, that's your first screenshot. Yay! Or yay. Okay, so take a screenshot number 1, template with 4 MB. That's it. Yeah, template with 4 MB. So I'm gonna take that sample screenshot, obviously with my name. Do not use my screenshot here. So screenshot number 1 would be template. So I'm just gonna put it on WhatsApp. Screenshot 1 equals, this would have been the last screenshot in the last class. It will be the first screenshot because it has to be starting from here in this particular configuration. So screenshot number 1 is template with 4 MB. That's the title of the screenshot, and I'll just paste that screenshot here. Okay, what happened to my internet? Phone not connected. Well, oh, there you go. So I had to put my phone in the air and the WhatsApp web in my laptop. So guys, that's your screenshot number 1. It's in WhatsApp as well now. That exactly this what you need to take. Hopefully you have taken it. So let's go ahead and start creating clones. So what is our next strategy? Now we need to build on top of this our full environment of VMware. So each class will introduce some more complicated configurations, and that would be the fun stuff. The more complicated configurations you understand, the concepts you understand, the better you are in the job market as well. And I don't know what's happening, but there are so many jobs opening now, and some says, hey, where are the jobs? And I'm getting so many jobs now. At least 6 or 7 recruiters have called me, hey Amir, you're interested in this, Azure or AWS, and I'm saying yes to everyone, and I keep giving interviews all year. If it's a very good job, then otherwise I stick to my contracts and teaching. So the thing is that, well, the jobs are for cloud and especially Azure. So those who want to do Azure as soon as possible, if you have time, my class is going on Wednesdays and Fridays. If you want to join free on those 6 to 4, oh, did I say 6 to 4? 6 to 10 p.m. classes free for Humber College only. So you can join them as well. Let me just know in WhatsApp if you want to. Okay, so what I was doing is that we're going to create clones out of that. So there are these two clones are the Windows machine clones. So the other two clones are the hypervisor clones. So what's the plan? So yes, we have a template machine. Okay, yes, we have. What do we do with that? So we create two clones now, and we're going to carefully configure those two clones. So the first clone and the second clone, what are the configurations that we need? As soon as we create the first two clones, and be careful there, do not assume anything. Assume is the most dangerous word in IT. Never assume, just see with your eyeballs what's going on and confirm the configuration. Never assume, oh, that configuration would be like that, right? Or, well, let's go ahead. So the first machine, we will name it as server 01. In fact, the 5 or 6 tasks we're going to do now on both clones are this. First, we're going to activate the clones for 180 days, right? Second thing is we're going to change the NIC, network interface card, VMNet from NAT, which provides us internet, to I'm going to explain everything when we go there, right? I'm just pointing out right now what we need to do. Change the NIC VMNet from NAT to VMNet 15. Why 15? You can just take 16, 18, 19. I'm going to explain that as well. That what is that and why we're doing that. Although we had talked about VMNets and the settings there. There is a question from Xiang. Is any reason our template machine is 4 MB only? Yes, the reason is, oh, okay. So Deepshika says so that we do not start them accidentally. So 4 MB RAM is not enough to start our virtual machine, and that's why we needed 4 MB. So why do we not want to start the template machine? Anyone knows that too? Okay, I'll mute everyone. So why do we not want to start the template machine? So
Because it will initialize and start setting up.
So why do we not want to start template VM? Because, as you said, so because we can create clones when it is shut down. That's one thing. Second thing is, if started, well, accidentally, or maybe maintenance, then we must shut it down by sysprep only, right? And also we can do sysprep only 3 times. Fourth time it will remove all our configurations. So what does sysprep do? Sysprep gives all clones unique SID. Oh, what is SID then? SID is security identifier. Oh, how does it look like? It looks like this. Alphanumeric characters, right? So the clones, the template machine needs to be shut down forever, and then you can keep on creating clones, and it has to be shut down with sysprep. That's what we did in last class. Okay, question. So,
excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please, is the correct link there right now?
Sorry again.
Is the correct link available now?
Yes, it is correctly available now. Sorry about that. It was a old link from the previous course we had. So you can take your time and let me know if there are any issues.
Okay.
Okay, so Gabriel says we wouldn't be able to clone when started. Yes, So in starting state, started state, we cannot clone, we cannot power on a template machine, right? Well, Sylvester, so in ESXi hypervisor, when you create a template machine, we cannot power it on. In the training software called VMware Workstation, which we are using now, here we can start it. So in ESXi hypervisor, we're going to also check it there, how ESXi hypervisor is used in professional environments, in data centers, while VMware Workstation is used just in training environments like ours. Okay, so we're going to create two clones out of the template machine, and then what we're going to do next is I'm just going to go ahead and type this. So change the NIC VMNet from NAT, which is network address translation, or it provides internet, to VMware 15. We do not need internet after we have activated these two Windows 2016 servers trial versions to 180 days. Okay, so then after that, okay, can you everyone please mute your mic? I'll mute it for you. If you have a question, then yeah, come to mic and then ask question and then mute your mic. Okay. So yeah, activate for 180 days, change the NIC, then put the static IP. Put the static IP. And that static IP would be IP equals 192.168.200.1. Subnet mask SM will be 255.255.255.255. And then gateway, we're going to give a fake gateway. We don't need a gateway here, but one of the labs actually need a gateway. So we're going to give its own IP as a gateway, which I call as fake gateway. The other thing is, when this machine restarts and discovers, oh, my IP is the gateway as well, so it's going to remove this from the first machine, the gateway IP. But we're going to give the same gateway in other machines as well, so there it will not remove. So you will see that. But if it is removed, just understand that it's okay for the first machine only. Preferred DNS. Preferred DNS will be the same IP as well, because we're gonna install the DNS server in this first machine as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to make sure that we rename the VM, rename to your first name VM. Okay, so it will be your first name server 01, serv01. So then your first name serv02 would be the second machine, and ESXi, your first name ESXi01, the hypervisor, and ESXi2 as well. So we're gonna rename. Once we rename and obviously restart, so that's very important now, guys. We're going to go for snapshot. So take snapshot. So take snapshot here, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing for the other one as well. So I'll just try to copy that for this machine. Oh, actually I can't copy that. And this is a very advanced software, Paintbrush. It doesn't let me even add it. So advanced. So we need to activate here as well. So and change NIC to VMNet 15. So pretty much same thing, VMNet 15. And also for the second machine, but the IP would be obviously static IP would be a bit different, and you would know that. So IP equals 192.168.200.2, and subnet mask would be the same. That would be 255.255.255.0. Gateway GW has to be 192.168.200.1 in the second machine as well, and PF actually PD, preferred DNS, would be the same IP. You know, if you have 10,000 machines, the preferred DNS would be the same, right? But the IP of the machine itself would be different. And after that is rename to your first name serv02 and restart. once restart take snapshot. So we must do that for both machines. Once that is done, then another page I'm going to show where actually you will be able to we'll be installing the infrastructure roles of Active Directory, DNS, DHCP. So we're going to go for that later. So right now, let's go ahead and temporarily we need to give some RAM. So our overall RAM is okay. So there are questions there. Mohammed says 255, 255, 255, 255. No, never. It's always 255, 255, 0. So it's not the broadcast address we're giving. So it's class C address we're giving, right? So subnet mask and no host portion if user that's okay. So there you go. There are Cisco gurus here who are explaining that in the chat. Okay, let's do that, guys. We need to create 2 clones. So let's create 2 clones, and then one by one we're going to configure these 2 clones. So what RAM we need to give? So out of total of 16 GB RAM, we can give 8 GB temporarily to this, and temporarily because we will be installing Active Directory here, right? And 4 GB here because here it's just going to join the domain. Did I say domain? Domain, and 4 GB RAM temporarily here, right? So when we create a clone, please do just follow the instructions as I'm doing. You can do that, and this is the RAM we're going to give. Okay. So in server 1 shows 255 when you're big. Oh, it does? Oh, that's why. Hence the question. Did I put that? Serious? Think I need some samosa power here. Okay. So hey, there should be some, toffees. They should taste like samosa. Oh, just kidding. Okay. So let's go ahead and thank you. I didn't notice that. So that was wrong, definitely. Hence that question. Now I understand. Alright guys, so let us go ahead and try to do this. So I'm going to go back to my machines here. Hopefully you're there as well. So this machine is shut down, will remain shut down forever, and even accidentally you can't start it because it's 4 MB, right? So when we create clones, obviously before starting, we must remember that we need to change the RAM for it to start, for the clones to start. So I'm going to right click on this. So go ahead and right click and go down to manage, and clone. Okay, so manage, clone, and once you have right clicked, so suppose you don't see that clone here, so first you have to select this from left click, then right click here and go to manage and clone. So let's click clone, and once you click clone, so the wizard starts, installation wizard starts, or deployment wizard starts for that. The first page is welcome, next, nothing here. The current state in the virtual machine, yeah, nothing to do here as well, so no change on the second page. And then third is next, and that is talking about create a linked clone or a full clone. So what is that? Linked clone, and the difference between linked clone and full clone is that linked clone totally depends on the template machine for its creation and working. So it takes less RAM and less CPU and less HDD hard disk space, right? So the thing is, it does not expand a lot in your laptop, and especially suppose you have 250 GB hard disk, that's already very less, right? You should have 500 GB. So linked clone will not expand as well. So linked clone is slower, and that slowness is covered by the hard disk type. If you have, instead of HDD, if you have SSD, right? Super slow drive, right? SSD. So then it will be real fast. It's not super, it's a solid state drive. So if you have SSD, then it's better to create linked clone. If you don't have SSD, suppose you have HDD, better still stick to linked clone. Why? It does not expand. I mean, we're gonna create 4 virtual machines, right? So each virtual machine might take a size, total 4 virtual machines might take 60 or 80 GB size on your physical disk by 5th, 6th, 7th class, right? So the opposite of that is full clone. Full clone, first of all, does not depend on the template machine for its working. And the second thing is it's faster, right? Faster than link clone, but it takes a lot of space in your HDD. Takes a lot of space. So when it starts expanding, it might take even 4 virtual machines, all full clone, might take like 100 GB or more than 100 GB, and your disk might fill up real fast. By the mid of the course, your disk might fill up. I totally agree with that. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's go ahead. Faster and takes a lot of space. Takes a lot of what? Space, right? So, guys, if you have 1 terabyte SSD, wow, then I salute you first of all. You must be rich, right? Okay, so if you have like 1 terabyte HDD, still, you know, going link clone is better because you might want to save a lot of songs and movies as well, right? And games especially. Just kidding. Okay, so you want to save something else as well. So better go for link clone anyway. I'm gonna go for link clone. Because it's gonna take lesser space by the mid of the course, by the end of the course. Otherwise, you will have to purchase another disk or transfer some of the machines or recreate the machines with link clone if you decided to go full clone, right? So we must know one more thing is, suppose you got a new machine by the mid of the course and that has a big disk and you want to copy the link clone virtual machines. So you must copy the template machine plus the link clone to the new machine, to the new physical server. Suppose you got a physical desktop, physical laptop. You need to copy both. Suppose you copied just the link clone but not the template machine, and you try to start in the other physical hardware, it won't start. Link clone totally depends on the template machine to start, right? So that's some of the things that we need to do.
Sayed, I have question.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I am not a little understand. So where do you create colon in which machine? So I think you said we do have 4 virtual machine, isn't it?
Yep.
So last lecture you download the operating system, and I am not sure about. Also, you said we need. vCenter machine to something like that. So where do you create those columns? I not understand. I'm a little confusing. Sorry, just explain. So what we did last lecture, which device we install? I know we did operating system and we download the window, but what's the template? What is this device? Is this template? I not understand that. Sorry.
Okay. So template is the only purpose of template machine is to create clones. And what are clones? Clones are just copy of what we created last class. It just creates an exact copy of that machine. So the purpose of template machine is that if we suppose I ask you, hey, can you create for next week 4 more machines? Virtual machines. So instead of installing the Windows 2016 in first machine, second machine, third machine, fourth machine, you will create 4 clones which already has the Windows 2016 installed, and all the configurations that we did, like firewall off and IE enhanced security off, everything was off, right? So all that is available in the clone. We already did that. That's why we created template machine to create clones. So we will not waste a lot of time. If I ask you to create 4 virtual machines, you will not waste. You will in 2 to 5 minutes, you will have 4 machines ready with 2016 installed and those configurations that we did last class in all 4 clones. So we will save a lot of time. That's the purpose of template machine, that we want to save time when we want to deploy new copy virtual machines. Second thing is, the template machine was created in your laptop. Suppose you have a laptop or desktop, and now we're going to create its copy machines in our laptop as well, because we need to create our full 4 machine environment, right? If we want to create our 4 virtual machine environment, we need to use this template machine to create a copy of this machine here as first clone, and we need to create a second copy here as a second clone. Now it's not we don't have to install 2016 here and wait for it to install and 2016 here. It's just a copy. It's already installed there in the template machine. We are just copying it and it will be a working machine for us in no time. So we save huge amount of time by creating a template machine. Hopefully that solved it, but that answers your question. But once you keep going ahead with me and with the class, you will understand fully as well. Okay, you got it. Thank you. And Zhang says, do we need 4 licenses for each clone? For each clone 4 licenses, or 4 clones 4 licenses? So we don't need licenses for any clone. Why? Because these 4 machines have all trial software, so we don't need licenses. But I think you have access to Ignite, Microsoft Ignite by Humber, and hopefully you know that. So Microsoft Ignite gives you all the software, latest software of Microsoft free and with 1-year keys. So Microsoft Ignite, you can ask your Humber tech as well, tech support, that hey, I need to access Microsoft Ignite, I need to download some software. So, but that's just Microsoft software. But these are all trial software that we have, so we don't need licenses for any one of those. In production environment, yes, you need licenses for 2016. 2 licenses for 2016. Suppose in production environment in companies you had 4 also, and 2 licenses for ESXi as well. These are hypervisors, right? And that's not all. The licenses keep going. So ESXi are hypervisors that on top of which you're going to create virtual machines, right? So virtual machine, virtual machine, virtual machine. Each virtual machine will have to have an operating system. So each virtual machine will also have license. And application, when you install application, that also has license. So in production environment, there's a lot of licenses. But here we don't need any. All right. So I'm gonna copy this, and since our one node is not working, or in GTA it's not working, so I'll temporarily put it in. Yep. Anyone? Let's talk.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
But is there any way I can keep up with this at all? Since I'm still trying to install my VMware?
Well, right now, the last class, if you see the second YouTube, that was a 4-hour class. Maybe we were going slow because of everyone asking questions as well. So it would have been still a 2 to 3 hour lab. So today's class, no, you cannot. If you have that machine already ready, then you can follow. I don't think you can. So today's class and the last class, you can do that before the next class and catch up on the next one.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So here,
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
If there's something we forgot to do on the configuration on the template, can we do it on the clone, or we have to go back to template?
Suppose the question is that okay, guys, mute the mic. I'll answer. I have a lot of disturbance here. Okay, I'll do it. So maybe I think the question you're asking is that suppose we want to make any changes in the template machine, how do we do that? So yes, if you suppose after 6 months you want to patch the Windows Server 2016 and install latest patches from Microsoft, latest updates from Microsoft on that template machine, you want to do that. So then in this training environment in VMware Workstation, you can just simply change the RAM from 4 MB to 4 GB, power on the machine, install new patches, and then shut it down with sysprep. So in ESXi in production environments, you convert the template to a working virtual machine, you install all the updates. We're going to do that lab when we reach there. So install all the updates and then convert it back or create a template out of that machine as well. So yeah, you just have to power on in this VMware Workstation the machine and do the updates and shut it down with sysprep. But in companies, you create a copy from template, you create a separate machine, you convert it to virtual machine, you install patches and then convert it back to the template, which is actually called copying back. We'll do that lab and you will understand, but yes, we can do that. Okay.
Amir, I also have a question.
Sure.
Can we change the clone method later on? Like right now we create a linked clone and suppose we feel at a later stage that we want a full clone of that machine. So is it possible at that time?
No, it will not be. This is the only time that we can decide.
Okay.
Or we create a new machine.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Alright guys, create a link clone. My suggestion would be stick to this because many students have tried this full clone. Maybe the speed is faster, but it takes so much space. It expands so fast that you might run out of space later by the middle of the course or by the end of the course when you really need that space. So I'm going to go for create a link clone, keep it selected and click next. So here we need to give a proper name to the clone. And so I'm just gonna keep till Humber and Windows and 21 September, but I need to just remove this clone of your first name template. So I need to remove that, and I need to put what? So it would be your server 0 server 1. In fact, your first name serve 1. Right? So just give that name at the start. Your first name, serve 1. Your first name, serve 1, right? Now, that's the only thing you need to change here. And other thing is you don't have to go browse. You don't have to go browse. If you have multiple drives, keep the folder structure intact. And you can only change C to D. I think you have laptops, and those laptops do not have second drive, right? So you don't have to change anything here. Now I'm remotely connected from my laptop to my desktop here at home. So in that desktop, I have actually 2 drives. So I'm gonna change that from C to D. Those, hopefully everyone is paying attention and just don't blindly copy me, right? So you don't have a D drive, so don't change that to D. Only keep it to C, or don't change anything here. Suppose you went browse and you know what you're doing, then go ahead. Otherwise, my suggestion is keep that folder structure intact and keep that D drive, keep that C drive there. In my case, I'm going to put it on D drive. In your case, it should be your C drive. Don't make any changes on the second line.
Professor, if we have a D drive, can we change it to the D drive?
If you want to install it on the D drive, suppose you have it and you want to install it, yes, do this exactly. D or E.
Okay.
Because normally the D is the CD-ROM in majority of the machines, and E is your other second disk. So just make sure that which one are you selecting.
Sure, yeah.
Alright guys, so here, hopefully everyone's paying attention, and don't blindly copy me. You don't have the D drive. If you have, then only do that, or E drive. Otherwise, keep it C. And if you have done these changes, let's click finito, right? I have E drive. Could I? Yes, Acham, if you want to, go ahead. Just change the letter E from C to E. Otherwise, keep it C. Alright guys, so I'm going to click finish. So go ahead and click finito.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, sir. Do we need to change the date? Or it's fine?
This is the start of the course date, or start of the lab date, not the start
Okay.
of the course. So you don't need to, but if you want to, well, then you can. Alright guys, so let's click close. Well, it was so fast, right? So it's already done, but when you go for full clone, it takes long time. The first one takes long time, second one takes lesser time. Okay, so close, and you can see that a new machine has appeared here. In my case, I have some folders created here for different purposes, so I'm gonna place it in under Humber here. So I'm gonna go to the template machine again, and I'm going to create the second clone just like I created the first clone. Anyone can tell me, there's one question here, why shouldn't, I'm already saying shouldn't, why shouldn't I go to the first clone and right click it and manage and clone? Why should I not do that? Anyone can answer that?
Because clones can be made from the template machine only.
Yes. And because link clones, okay, yeah. So the purpose, the reason would be that this clone was not shut down with sysprep. Only the template machine was shut down with sysprep. So when you create a clone out of a clone, these two clones will have the same SID. We don't want the same SID or security identifier on any of the clones. It has to be different SID. Different, if you want, then you go for that machine that was shut down with sysprep. So the template machine is the only one that was shut down with sysprep. So I'm just gonna again select template machine to create the second clone. Suppose I wanted to create 1,000 clones, I would keep on going to template machine and create clones. So right click on the template machine again and go to manage and go to clone. So we pretty much do the same thing again, but this time the name of the machine, second clone would be your first name, serve2. The rest would be the exact same steps. Can we change it manually after powering on the VM? Can we change it? It means link clone or?
So if we use cloning, if we clone from a virtual machine, if we create another clone, then can we manually change the sysid or
Yeah, so
the
SID can be changed manually as well with the sysprep. It's just that
we can run the sysprep and do it, correct?
Yeah, so sysprep on that machine, if you run, the only drop of that is, or the disadvantage of that is that it will remove everything that you have configured, and it will make that machine a totally new machine. So that would be a big loss.
Okay.
So here, guys, manage and clone. After right clicking the template, we click the clone button and click next. So pretty much the same procedure here. We're going to stick to the first option. It's also saying that an existing snapshot powered off only is available. Do you want to clone from a snapshot? Suppose for 6 months you've been working on this and it is shut down and you've made some changes, you can go for the snapshot as well. We're not going to go for snapshot because it's the exact same thing just now. We didn't make any extra changes here. So we're going to stick to the current state in the virtual machine and click next. So again, it's a link clone. We already discussed about it. Now we can just go ahead and create. So we'll stick to link clone and click next. And then we'll do exactly the same thing again. We're going to simply remove the clone of your first name template and type exactly the same way, your first name serve2. That's the only change. Well, you will be doing, I will be doing one more change, and that is I have a D drive. I'm going to change the C to D without changing any of the folder structure here, right? So once you have given this name here, then we can go down, I can go down, I or whoever else wanted to put that machine on the other drive. I want to put that on my D drive. You don't have to do that. Okay. So that's it, right? The same exact thing we did for the second machine, and click finish, right? So finito, and that's it. So the second clone is created. I'm just going to drag it to the folder that I have here designated for this lab, for this college. Okay guys, so the two clones have been created. If I go back to the diagram, so the two clones have been created. Now what we need to do is we need to power on the clones. We can't power on without changing the RAM, obviously. We need to give the first clone temporary RAM of 8 GB, second clone temporary RAM of 4 GB. Temporary means later we will be changing those RAM values. So right now it's 8 GB RAM for the first. Why 8 GB RAM? Because it's going to do a lot of work. We're going to install Active Directory, then DNS, then DHCP. So it needs more RAM and so we could finish it faster. Okay, so we need to go to the clones. We need to power it on, and then well, first of all, let's change the RAM for both clones and then power them on one by one. Okay, so there's a question from Edis. Can we clone a machine that has not been shut down with sysprep? Yes, you can. Technically, you can clone a machine, but that machine will have the same SID as the machine, as a source machine. So, and we want to avoid same SID at all cost. It's not going to join the domain, and or the network is going to give errors. Excuse me. Alright guys, so here we have the two clones. I'm just going to go for your first name serve1. I'm going to select that, and then on the right side you can see power on this virtual machine, which we are not going to do because we haven't changed the RAM yet. Oh man, I was about to do that, seriously. So once you're on the first machine, let's click on the memory first. Let's click on the memory first. So I click on the memory, it takes me to the memory lane. Okay, there's no lane for that. Actually, there is. So you want to make it 8 GB, so you can drag this dude up here. Oh, okay, this cursor, or you can click on top of 8 here, and it's gonna come back up here. So click on top of 8, and it's going to select 8. So that's done. That's the only thing we needed to do for this first clone. Just select, make sure it is 8 GB, and press OK. And this is done, right? Then go for the second machine and pretty much give it 4 GB, right? I'm going to go to second machine. I'm going to click memory as well. And click, there's a 4 written here as well. Just click on top of 4 GB here. 4, right? And press ONK. So guys, there will be 2 screenshots now here. First screenshot is the first clone with 8 GB is the title. First clone with 8 GB. And second screenshot, well, it will be second and third actually. The first screenshot was taken already. So it will be the screenshot 2, first clone with 8 GB. Screenshot 3, second clone with 4 GB. I'm going to write that and put it on WhatsApp as well. So I'm going to take a sample screenshot for you with my name there. Obviously, your screenshot should have your name there. So I'm going to take screenshot number 1 and go to my WhatsApp here, the class WhatsApp, and screenshot 2 equals first clone with 8 GB RAM, 8 GB or just 8 GB RAM, and I'm gonna put that sample screenshot in WhatsApp group. You can all check it now, and then I'm gonna, oh, serious, did I take a screenshot of the second one and call it first one? Oops, I did. Okay, so can I delete it quickly? Delete message for everyone. Okay, thank God. Nobody clicked it, thank God. Okay, so I'll just put that again. Screenshot 2, and I'll take a screenshot of the first clone here. And that would be what? So first clone with 8 GB RAM, and the screenshot now. Okay, and then I'll quickly go for third screenshot. So it will be 4 GB RAM. So I'll quickly go for screenshot 3. I'm putting on WhatsApp now, and second VM with, oh, second clone. Okay, second clone with 4 GB RAM. So if you have given the title, and it's on the sample screenshots are on WhatsApp group as well. Okay, so we got so I'm just gonna go to the first clone. Since the 8 GB RAM is there, so we can safely power it on. So I'm just gonna simply power on this virtual machine. So Safe says, shouldn't we switch the network to bridge before we power on the new machine? So Safe, it is already on NAT, isn't it? Oh, seriously, it's on VMnet 15. That's a good point here, and I should have kept it on NAT, but when I was explaining last time about VMnet 15, it's the private network. So guys, before powering on, if you have powered on, just shut it down, right click and power off, if in case you have powered on. So well, we could have so go to the network adapter in first clone, your first name, so 1. Do you see this network adapter showing here? So let's click that. Thank you for that reminder. What is the purpose of VMnet 15? Why the purpose of VMnet 15 is to let the local machines talk to each other, but there is no internet that's going to be given. So we need to actually have internet at the initial power on, we need to have internet. Why? Because we need to activate these machines for 180 days or 6 months. For that, we need internet now. So how do we get internet? NAT is okay. NAT gives you, if you put bridge, that's also okay, but don't keep it on bridge. We're going to change it back to unit 15 later once we have activated the machines for 6 months. So put it on NAT. If you want to put it on bridge, just remember to change it back when I changed it back. So I'm putting on NAT to get the internet connection. So press OK, that's it. Just click NAT and OK. Obviously, we need to do this same for your first name server 2 as well. I'm going to click the second machine and change its network adapter to NAT as well. NAT. And press ONK. So, first machine, NAT 8 GB. Second machine, NAT 4 GB. I think we're ready now. So let's go to first machine and power on. And then let's go for second machine and power on. Okay. So now these two machines are starting. So in another college, there was a student who was a manager in a company. So I do that a lot, echo thing, right? So power on or shut down. So that manager involuntarily started giving commands to his subordinates. Can you do this? And his subordinates were saying, "Sir, boss, what happened to you? Why are you doing echo?" Then he said, "Oh, my teacher does that. So involuntary, it's just in my mind. It's in my head now. I also started echoing without intention." So that's really cool. That was so much funny. Okay, so that's server 1 and server 2 starting. Now, when it is starting, it's going to ask you a very simple question. So, accept license and time zone. So, it's going to ask for the password. So, I hope we know the class password already. So, class password is small ABC, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123. You want to put some other password, go ahead with that. Just don't forget it. Otherwise, class password to keep the configurations consistent, right? Same configurations. So it will be easier for me to troubleshoot, or you to troubleshoot your friends' machines as well. So this is the class password that it's about to ask. Well, yep, it's asking. So nothing to do on this page. It's just saying the time zone is this. So we say, yes, the time zone is this. I'm going to go down here and click next. Then it's asking for license. Obviously, we need to accept. And there you go, the password. So you want to put your own password or better go for class password. So small ABC, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123, small ABC, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123. All right, so click finito and then go ahead and log in from that same class password. So if you have given the class password already, then how do you send control or delete? There's 3 buttons here. So Zhang says, sorry, my machine's still starting. Could you please slow down? Okay. So I'll click. Oh, okay. So yeah, second machine is not starting. So Ramjot, you can take a screenshot if possible and put it on WhatsApp group so we could also see what is it saying. Did you change the RAM and then power on? 4 MB, with 4 MB it's not going to start. Then if you can take a screenshot and put it on WhatsApp so we could see what's going on.
It's okay now. It's a little bit slower than yours.
Oh, okay, but you've reached there, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And okay, guys, so we need to just put the password, so you can just go for the 3 buttons there for that send Control Alt Delete. And oh, there is a screenshot, so just go ahead and put your password. I'll just put that picture here, and there's that huge error here. Not enough memory, physical memory is available to power on this virtual machine. Why? So to fix this problem, power off other virtual machines, decrease the memory. How many machines are there running? Well, just one. And it's size of this virtual machine to 3820, so 3.8 GB, or just the additional memory. So I think you have less memory than 16. Ramajot, do you have 8 GB RAM? Yeah, because we gave 8 and 4, right? So that's total 12. If it says it's less, then maybe you don't have 16, maybe you have 12 GB or 8 GB. So what you can do is just change the RAM for both machines to 4 GB. If it is 8 GB, then change the RAM to 3 GB. If it's 12 GB, yeah.
I have 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not getting the compatible component. I went for 24. It did add 16 more, but the system didn't start up.
Oh.
Just GB each will work, because I have the same problem.
So what you did?
So I allocated 4 GB to each virtual.
Okay.
So I tried 8 GB, but the system got stuck.
Oh, okay, that's also good. This is called overcommitting, but this is okay. You can give 4 GB and just stop anything in the background. Maybe even Chrome. Stop Chrome. Chrome really is RAM eating software. Add the new 16 will work alone. Okay, Safe says remove the old one and add 16. Okay, so Desk Channel says please say Nick in NAT for server 1 and bridge for server 2. No. Desk Channel, it's gonna be either NAT on both or bridge on both. So, but if suppose you want to give NAT here and bridge there, they're not going to communicate with each other. So either NAT or bridge. Okay, so guys, I'm just gonna log into that. So I'm just gonna go for this 3 buttons here, and I'm gonna log in to this. Or if you don't want to use the 3 buttons and you want to go for keyboard, then it's Control Alt Insert. Control Alt Insert, not Control Alt Delete is not the thing. Control Alt Insert will get you this. Otherwise, stick to the 3 buttons on the top left. And small chip 123 without chip 123. Oh, okay. Yeah, if there's internet issue, then we definitely, yes, as you did. So we definitely go for bridge if NAT doesn't provide internet. Okay, so guys, my server 1 is logged in. I'm just going to go for server 2. And on server 2, it's asking exactly the same question. So we're going to do exactly the same responses as well. So I'm going to click next for the the time zone, then next for this license, and then the same class password for this one as well. So oops, I think I put more. So small ABC, capital ABC, chip 123 without chip 123, without chip 123. Finito.
Said, my server 1, I don't know why it's showing me blank screen, and the second server is okay. It's like I'm able to log in. The first one also I logged in, but then after login it's all blank.
Yeah, it's like mine, and it happens to me a lot of time. In fact, every time when I install 2016. So just right click here on top on the machine, go to power and restart guest.
Okay.
It only happens the first time. Restart guest. In fact, it's happening to me, so I'm just going to restart. Guys, you don't have to restart. If you don't see that blank screen here, you don't have to restart. If you see a normal screen, just stay there. I have to restart because it's not showing anything to me. Server 2, I'm going to log in from server 2 with the 3 buttons there. And I think it's going to happen to my server 2 as well, as always. Yep. So I'm just gonna have to restart server 2 as well. So if I check server 1, it's back. I'm gonna click the 3 buttons here and turn Control or Delete and go for VCP6 1 2 3. Now it's okay. And server 2, yeah, I need to restart this. So power, restart guest. If it is showing blank, only restart then. You don't have to restart if it's showing fine. So it's restarting the second machine as well. So if we track our progress here, so we were able to go for, we just powered on the machine and gave the RAM, then powered on the machine. We still have to do the activate. Actually, that I can already see that it is activated, but we're going to check that out. And change NIC, and then put static IP, rename, take snapshot. So these 5 tasks we need to do in both machines. So let's check. Excuse me. So first we'll check if both the machines are activated.
Amir, I just have a question. Control G is not working. How can I go inside the virtual machine?
Control C. You can just click this 3 buttons.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
Okay. And so if I have logged in from my first machine, and I'm gonna go to the second machine and make sure that I'm logged in from the second machine as well by clicking these 3 white buttons here, and small ABC equals ship 1 2 3 without ship 1 2 3. Both showing what it is. Okay, that's very good. That the Sham says. We're gonna have a screenshot of this, guys, where it is activated, because that's a very crucial setting. Otherwise it might. Oh, okay, so Tunde actually shows a screen. I'm having this error on server 2. Let me just drag it on our screen. Oh, a disk read error. Ouch. So when you restart Tunde, it's same thing. You know, it could be a disk read error, could be wrong. So you can try to create a clone again. So your first clone is working, only your second clone is having issues.
Yes, the first one is working, but the second one is giving me this error.
Okay, so it's better to create the second clone again and delete this one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, so if server 1 and server 2. So Tony, when you're there back, let me know if you want to have any questions. Where did we go from there? So those who are falling behind, let me know. Okay, if you're falling really back behind, then wait for the video to come out and follow at your own pace. Otherwise, quick ones, I will be able to help you easily. Okay, so here I'm on first machine, and in first machine I need to make sure that 180 days is showing right on the top, on the bottom right above the clock. Bottom right above the clock, where my mouse is shivering here. So I'm gonna minimize this server manager. I'll minimize this server manager here. As soon as you minimize this server manager here, you can see that it's Windows Server 2016 data center evaluation, Windows license valid for 180 days, and build and releases this. So if you see that for first machine, that's your screenshot number 4. First clone activated, and if you see that on the, okay, so safe says not yet. So yes, it's so safe. Also make sure that you have internet connection, and then it's not showing. So if you go to the website, okay, you have. Sometimes internet is just too slow. It is there. It's just if you open a website and it's opening really slow, then whoa, then it's good luck. Like sometimes it activates, otherwise not. Otherwise restart also works. Yes. So I'm going to go to the second machine and minimize this, and I can see that license valid for 180 days is written here at the right bottom above the clock. So screenshot 4 will be first clone activated. Screenshot 5 will be second clone activated, right? Oh, okay. So it says it works, so that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the sample screenshot here, and I just make sure every screenshot has your name there. So I'll make sure that the name is there. The name is on the top here, right? So, and then this screen is especially showing on the right bottom. So that's our screenshot 4 now. I'm gonna put that sample screenshot in WhatsApp group so you can see that. Screenshot 4 equals first clone activated, and the screenshot here, and then obviously I'll take the screenshot of the other, and the name, your name is clearly showing there, and then screenshot 5 equals second clone activated. Okay, so you got 5 screenshots in the WhatsApp group. You can always check them out, and if you have taken that. So, okay, Chang says, I just have one machine activated. So, Chang, the second machine, you can first open the Internet Explorer here and check if you got the internet. And if you have, if the websites are opening, if you see Trump there, then this means you have internet. So, then just restart the machine. If it's still, this message is still not appearing. So make sure with website you have internet connection. Then if the website is opening really slow, then it will take a long time for this message to appear. Okay, so that's our screenshot 1 and 2, 3, actually 4 and 5. We're on first machine, and in the first one, I'm just gonna go for the diagram where, okay, first thing is done. Activate for 180 days is done. Activate 180 days is done on both machines, right? So we can go for, if activation is done, then we do not need internet connection. We do not need internet connection after activation is done. We just needed it for, and whenever in future we need internet, we're gonna just add a second network card that will be connected to NAT, and when we don't need internet, we're going to disable the second network card. So right now, for the first network card, or the only network card we have, we don't need internet. Okay, so Ramanjot says, not able to take screenshot for second. Ramanjot, you can take a picture from the camera as well for the second machine, and later just add it as a screenshot. So much technology. IT people have always solutions. Da-da-da. Alright, it's activated, but you can take a screenshot from your camera if the screenshot of the screen doesn't work. Alright, not displaying when it is. Oh, you're saying it's activated but not displaying when it is? Then how do you know it's activated? Is it a trial version, or do you have a key with it, or do you got quote-unquote a version that is just activated forever? If it's activated forever and you have that quote-unquote version, so it's also okay. Oh, dashboard opened. Well, yeah, you just make sure that it is activated, and it doesn't get expired. If it get expired, guys, what happens is every half an hour it shuts down. If it shows later the message after 10-15 days, it will show. If we haven't activated, it will show expired. Then it shuts down every half an hour. So yeah, if it is activated and you're sure, you're good. Okay guys, let's go for the second thing, and that is remove the NAT, put it back to VMware 15, so we do not get more internet access to this machine, because we're about to create a local environment in our first machine and a local LAN environment in our second machine. So we do not need internet on both machines. So let's go to the first machine and change NAT to VMware 15 again. Okay, so Anumita says minimize the dashboard. You will see Windows activate for when it. Oh, you mean server manager? Oh, that dashboard. You mean this server manager? Okay. Oh, there's a dashboard written there. Okay, I always remember it as a server manager, but yes, there is a dashboard written. So yeah, you can just minimize this like this, and you will see. Wow, cool. Oh, okay. So still you can't see that. If it is activated, then it's okay. Otherwise, restart, Ramjo. Okay, guys, so we need to go for server 1 and right click on the server 1 because we need to remove internet connection. So guys, if any one of you did not see this message, you don't remove the internet, then try to resolve it, or after some time, after the class ends, then anyone can connect to your machine and resolve it. So, or create a new machine if it doesn't get activated for any reason at all. So guys, I'm going to go right click on first machine and go to settings here. And now I do not need internet connection, so I do not need on the network adapter NAT. I don't need that. So I need to keep it local. So I'm going to go to, either you can click host only, that is also okay. It's not connected to internet if you choose host only. We're going to go for custom, and we're going to go for any of the 19 networks other than VMnet 8 and 1. Actually, 1 is also not going to let you connect to internet. So I'm going to go for no particular reason to VMnet 15, just out of habit. It's not my lucky number as well. So VMnet 15, make sure all 4 machines always are on the same VMnet. If one machine is on different VMnet, other machine is on different VMnet, they will not communicate, right? Make sure all 4 machines are on the same VMnet. So I'm just choosing VMnet 15 for no particular reason. 13 could be there, 18 could be there, 19 could be there as well. So, but let's keep the configuration consistent. My suggestion is keep it like that. Okay, so VMnet 15 is selected for the first machine. I'm going to go here. Well, it still shows NAT. If you click somewhere else, it will show you VMnet 15, which is okay. So VMnet 15 is selected. Click OK for the first machine. I'm going to go to the second machine and do exactly the same thing now. Go to the second machine, right click on the second machine, go down to settings, and go to network adapter, and we know what to do now. Custom, drop down all the networks here, go down to VMnet 15, yay, and press O and K. So now both are VMnet 15. If I go check the list, yes, this is done for both. So this means now no longer we have internet, we don't need it as well. Once we change it to the local network, obviously these are critical resources, right? Your domain controller or the Microsoft server is a critical resource, right? And the other server is also critical resource. Critical resources are those where you have either very important application installed or hundreds of users connect to that. So critical resources should never have dynamic IP. They should have always static IP or manual IP. So let's put this IP on first machine and this IP on second machine. Okay. Ayodhya says, did you power off before changing networks? No, we don't have to power off. Nope, we don't have to. So while they are powered on, you can change network settings easily. All right or all wrong? All right. Okay, so I'm going to give the static IP here and static IP here. So let's go to the first machine and give static IP. I'm going to also uncheck out of bad habit. I'm going to uncheck IPv6. But when we go there, I'll explain also. So let's go to the first machine now. In the first machine, I'll go to Server Manager. This is the suitcase icon here, is Server Manager. I just need to basically go to the network card setting where we give IPs, right? So I go to the Server Manager, then I go to Local Server. Once you go to the local server, then you go down to Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0, right? So click that, Ethernet 0. And then you see the only network card here. We double click this one as well. And we need to put our own IP, so we're going to go for properties. Here, are you going for IPv4 or are you going for IPv6? We are going for IPv4. Now, I'm going to uncheck out of the bad habit. I'm going to uncheck IPv6, Internet Protocol version 6. But if you keep it checked, it's okay. I'm unchecking it. Why? Suppose you want to troubleshoot that, hey, why my domain is not joining or why vCenter is not connecting to hypervisor. So you need, when you try to ping, it should give you back the IPv4 address. And you will know right away, okay, it's what is it really connected or not. But when it puts back IPv6 address, we're not very much used to it. So although we should get used to it, but we're not. So during troubleshooting, it's very confusing if IPv6 is enabled. So yep, I'll be doing this on the second server. We're doing this on the first server, Sylvester. I'm on second server. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I was gonna put 192.168.200.1 here. So thank you for keeping an eye on my lab as well. I was gonna do a mistake. So I'm on second server, guys. Hopefully you're on the first server. Let's go to the first server and just configure the first server. Although there is no sequence to just giving an IP, right? There is no sequence to that. So I'm gonna go to the first server. Thank you for reminding that. And I'm gonna go down to server manager here. So guys, if you're not on server, go to first server. Hopefully you are already there. And go to local server. And then go to Ethernet 0. Hopefully we all know that already. And double click Ethernet 0 here. And properties. Out of bad habit, uncheck V6. Double click or select and properties V4, or just simply double click V4. So now we need to obtain IP address automatically. No, we don't want automatically. We need static IP. So use the following IP address. Which IP address is that? So it's going to be 192.168.200.1 or right? Hey, what is 1 in Japanese? Last batch told me. One guy was telling me what is 1 in Japanese. I forgot that. So okay, so I'll just press tab here. 255.255.255.0, and then and what is 1 in Chinese as well, and what is 1 in, okay, I'll think of other languages as well. So default gateway here.
Sorry, Amir.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. How to double click on properties? How you get there?
Okay. Are you here on this page?
No, I'm on the next page.
Oh, okay. Double click properties and then just double click on IPv4.
Okay, thank you.
And use the following and 192.168.200.1, and then if you press the tab button, it just autofills the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Press tab button on the keyboard excuse me, again, and 192.168.200.1. although this on this first machine the gateway will be gone automatically, which is okay. It discovered itself, oh, I'm the gateway, so I don't need that. So for the next machines, you need to put that gateway configuration there. Okay, tab again I'm going to put to go to the next line, and then tab again to go to the preferred DNS. We're planning to install DNS on this machine, so we're going to go for 192.168.200.1 here as well. So make sure your configuration is exactly like that. And this is machine number 1, and press O and K. If you're writing that, you can say wait, or if you have written it already, then I'll press O and K. So it's O and K. Okay, close and close. And if this blue bar comes, press yes. This just means that, hey, do you want this machine to be disabled?
Yeah. I just read that it is using the gateway as same as the IP address. Is the machine?
Yeah. So I put that. Did you put that?
Yeah, I put that. But I'm sorry, it's the same. It's the same IP address.
Yeah. This is a fake gateway. We don't have a gateway device. We needed to put some IP to pretend that we are in a production environment. Otherwise, we don't need it. But we will put some IP in gateway, so that's why we decided to put the IP of the first machine. And yeah, it is as good as leaving it blank on the first machine, yes guys, and that's what I was saying again and again, that it's going to remove it. But when you go to the second machine, we need to put that same gateway there. You can put some other IP that is not the IP of any other machine in the network as a gateway IP as well, but we need to have some IP as gateway, as one of the VMware feature called high availability. It needs that gateway IP to be filled. So we have to put some IP, so I just put the first IP. Otherwise, actually, we don't have a gateway in our network. So, okay guys, but second, third, fourth machine, we need that same IP as gateway there. Because we need to put some IP for the gateway, right? Okay, so where am I? Yeah, server 1 is done, right? And it is gone already when I came back, so it is okay. We could have left it blank. Why did I ask you to put it? Because then second, third, fourth machine, we will also put it. Okay guys, server 2, we go to server 2. And here exactly the same thing. Go to local server and then go to Ethernet 0. Double click Ethernet 0. Go to properties. I uncheck V6. Double click V4. And use the following IP address. So 192.168.200. Sorry, unlock. 192.168.200.2. Tab 255.255.255.0. Tab again. Now we need to put it, and it's not going to go away. So put this IP 192.168.200.1. Tab again, and then preferred DNS obviously will be also 200.1. Right? All right. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna press OK here. Hopefully we all put exactly the same. If the gateway is gone from the first machine, it's okay, but please do put the gateway on second, third, and fourth machine. And same exact gateway. It's alive, we got ping, yay. Okay, so press OK here, OK here. Yep, we got the blue bar here, press yes to that. So this machine will be discoverable in our local network, and close, and close. So if we go check our list here, we got the static IP given in both machines as well. So now we need to go for rename and restart. So guys, after renaming and restart, we don't have to log in. Before logging in, we can take a snapshot and wait for that. Suppose you restart it first. So here also, we're going to rename restart, and after restart, don't log in. First take a snapshot, and then we're going to log in together, right? So I'm going to go to the first machine and rename it to your first name, serve01. So I'm going to go back. If your first name is long, then go for half of your first name or last name. Okay, so yeah, that's your first machine. Local server, you're already there in server manager, local server, and then go to computer name. Okay, so here let's click the change button here, and then this is the computer name. So your first name, SERV01. So once you put that name in the computer name, do not put that name in the description, computer description here. Go to change button here and then put the name in computer, under computer name. Once you did that, press OK. It will ask for OK, close and restart. So go ahead and restart. So press OK here. Hey, we should join to the domain right now, right? How about that? We should join the domain right now. What do you say about that?
There is no domain.
Yes, we haven't created a domain.
I've not installed Active Directory.
Exactly. All right. So let's press OK and close and restart now. No. Okay, it's restarting. Just do the same thing on the second one. Go to the local.
I'm sorry, I just a little bit confused. We need to change it from the computer description to your first name.
No. So
server 1.
No, not in the computer description. I'm going to click that again. So this is the computer description area, right? So I'm not going to put anything here. I'm going to go to change, this one, and put here under computer name.
And your computer name is server 1.
Yes.
Your first name is server 1.
Exactly.
Okay.
So your first name, I'm on server 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, actually, the second clone the display on the second clone is like some, yeah, it's very huge. It's display, the resolution on the second one is
Resolution is big?
yeah, it's big, yeah, it's
Like very small?
it's very white,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
It's broad, and the first one is fine, so it's very hard to upgrade in there.
Yeah, try to restart the machine, because if you have installed VMware tools, then it automatically adjusts the screen. So try to restart the machine, then come back and check it out. Since you're restarting, so why don't you just change the name and restart, and then also it will. Let's see if
there's nothing related to the memory, because the second one is 4 GB, the first one is 8 GB. There's nothing about related to that.
It has nothing to do with memory.
Yeah.
So maybe a restart, or otherwise just right click on the resolution here, right click after on the desktop area, right click and then go to display and then play with the resolution if it works. So I have to put the second name here and press OK and close and restart now. Okay, my window shows there in WhatsApp how to play with the screen resolution. There you go. Advanced display settings. Thank you, Mamino, for showing that. And Jiang, you can try this on the second machine. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Restart completed. Alright, so let's go back. So both machines are actually restarted, but we're not gonna log in. We're not going to log in. So what do we do to take a snapshot? We're gonna right click on the top and go to the snapshot area. Let's do this. So I'm on the first machine and it's restarted after rename, but we're not logging in. So I'm just gonna right click on the first machine and there's, yeah.
Let's say I log it in. What should I do? I should come out again.
I also log in. I log in.
Two students will send me samosas. So it's Taj Mahal Sweets in Scarborough. I'll send you address, my address. So you have to send me 50 samosas each. Thank you very much. Okay. No. Well, the thing is that you don't. It's okay. I mean, it's not compulsory that you don't have to log in. If you've logged in, it's okay. Follow what I'm doing now. Even if it is shut down, normally taking a snapshot at any stage, you can do that. So it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so snapshot and take snapshot here. Let's click that. So right click on the machine, go to snapshot, take snapshot. And once, so this is a snapshot 1 of server 1, right? Snapshot 2 server 1, snapshot 3 server 1, snapshot 4 server 1 later. But right now it's snapshot 1 of server 1. So it's okay. And what did we do? So the more information, the better, because suppose after 6 months or after 6th class, maybe we have done so much mess of our machine that we have to go back to the snapshot. So the snapshot should have enough information about it. Like if you go back to the snapshot, what is already configured and what you don't need to configure, or where you go ahead from. So you have already activated, and so I've put activated and then static IP given and then renamed. So these three things are already done in this snapshot. So the thing is, this is the same snapshot with same detail or same description I'm gonna take for the second one as well. So I'm just gonna copy these 3 lines, select it and right click and copy. So I'm gonna write the same things because we did the same thing on second screenshot as well. So whenever you take a snapshot, the rule is try to put as much information that this is configured, this is configured, this is configured. So when you come back to that snapshot, if you want to, you would know that what you don't have to do, it's already configured in this snapshot. So once you've copied it, go ahead and take snapshot. So let's click take snapshot. It's taking now. Don't worry about on the bottom left, you can see saving state, and that is 3%, 4%, 5%, right? Don't worry about that. We can keep on working. It's going to keep on taking snapshot. It can take its time, but it's not going to disrupt our next tasks. So I'm going to go to the second machine and right click here and go back to the snapshot here as well and take snapshot of this machine as well. Once you click take snapshot here in this machine, it is a snapshot 1 of server 2. Later, snapshot 2 of server 2, snapshot 3 of server 2, snapshot 4 of server 2 we can take, but right now, snapshot 1 of server 2. So here, I'm going to just right click and paste. These 3 things I did in this server as well. Whenever I come back, I will know that at least these 3 things I don't have to do. Okay, if you have put in this information, then click take snapshot. So let it just save this state of the snapshot. It's just slow, it's okay, doesn't matter. Okay guys, so if I check the list here, rename, take snapshot, yay, all done. Okay, now what's the next tasks? So we need to go for the next task. I'm just gonna take this screenshot as well. Whenever the one node is available, I'll just copy it away from this laptop installed OneNote to the browser-based OneNote of Humber. I had 2 diagrams here. Okay. Oops. And this diagram also. So I'll just put it whenever your OneNote is available. Okay, let's go for the third diagram, and that's our infrastructure role configurations that we need to do now. I'm going to right click and open another paintbrush here. And so we have the 2 machines, and these 2 machines need to have the very critical infrastructure roles. First one is, so that's first of all your first name serve01. Second thing is that we're going to install Active Directory inside DNS DHCP. Okay, and then that's it. So Active Directory DNS DHCP. Later we're going to install SAN, but not now. Software SAN, that is. We're going to configure. So this is the first machine, and on the second machine we're going to go for, this is your 2, and this is just going to be a member server, and it's going to simply join the domain. While we do Active Directory, one more task here is that inside AD users and computers, so Active Directory users and computers. Whew. Okay, inside Active Directory users and computers, we will create a copy of the domain administrator account. So we're not going to use the actual domain administrator by the name of administrator that has all the privileges inside Active Directory across the forest, right? So we're going to create a copy of that, and that will be called your first name admin, right? So we're going to use that your first name admin account with it's going to be an exact copy of the domain administrator account, so it will have all the privileges, but we're going to use only this account. We're going to keep the other account as a backup. Suppose we mess up some configuration and we're not able to log in, and even change password is not logging in, so in that case we have the domain administrator as a backup account there. So we're going to do that too. Alright, so let's go to the server 1 and install Active Directory. Okay, and I'm going to log into server 1. If you're already logged in, that's also okay. So server 1 here, and administrator, and the password small VCP6 without shift 123, and log in. Okay, so once we're logged in, hopefully a majority of us, or pretty much all of us, may have installed Active Directory before. So let's go ahead and do that. So if Server Manager is already loaded, and we're already on dashboard, right? So let's click Add Roles and Features. So let's click Add Roles and Features, and then click next. And role-based or feature-based installation, yes, we're going to need this. So keep it selected and next. So your first name, serve1, and your correct IP should be showing there. If it is, you're good. Next. No change here on this page. Now here on this page, we're going to go for the second option, Active Directory Domain Services. So once you click that, there will be a pop-up coming here asking for some extra features there. Yes, we're going to click that too. So let's click this second one, Active Directory Domain Services, and then this pop-up, just click Add Features. These are all the features that will help us in that directory. So guys, we need DNS, but we're not going to select here. Why? Because Active Directory installation will install DNS for us. Not only that, it will install DNS for us, it's also going to configure the forward lookup zone section of the DNS server for us. So we're going to leave it to Active Directory to install DNS for us as well. So, but we still need to install DHCP. So in order to save time, we're going to select DHCP as well. These are the two roles we need to install. Select DHCP and click Add Features here as well. So we've selected two, ADDS and DHCP. So if you have selected both, click Next, Next, Next. And then there's just features, nothing here. So click Next. And nothing else here, just introduction, next. DHCP here, just introduction, next. So here, restart the destination server automatically if required. So I'm going to select that. What it does is that if you have a pending restart, if there was a pending restart, you configured something and you did not restart, so it will restart that. And then if there is no pending restart, it will not restart. So the decision of restarting is on this wizard. I'm going to press yes after selecting this and install. Yeah, pop-up window, just press Add Features. Or press yes if you're talking about this pop-up window here that came. Oh, yeah, next step please. So next step is that if you have reached this window, then let's click the promote this server to a domain controller, this one. Or you can go to the yellow triangle here. Suppose you click the close button here, then you can go to the promote this server to our domain controller, this one. So let's click any one of those. These are both the same. Let's click promote this server to a domain controller, and you should see this screen. And here you're going to go for add a new forest. So in the add a new forest, you need to name your Microsoft network. Yep. Oh, okay.
Excuse me, I'm just selecting the Active Directory domain and DHCP server, and then next.
Yes.
I'm still stuck.
Oh, you're stuck? Like it's not going ahead?
Yeah, it's there, and then it is like features, .NET framework, and all that is there.
So did you click the add features?
Yeah, I did that.
So after that, click next.
Okay, and then again next. Again next.
And
Yes, I'm there. Restart here. I'm there. Thank you.
okay, so when you reach here, let me know. So you have to, at the end, Ramanjot, you have to select this one, promote this server to domain controller when you reach here at the end. want the server to work.
And do I have to do the restart? Yes or no?
Yes, press yes. But you don't have to restart. It will decide if it needs to restart or not. So you don't have to do anything. Just press yes. But you don't restart after this. That's what I'm saying.
Then it says install.
Yes.
I do in the.
Exactly. Just click install.
Yeah, it started. Yes. Thank you.
So, okay guys, here add a new forest, and then let's go for our new forest here, and that could be your first name, Humber domain. Obviously your name has to be there. Your first name, Humber.local, right? So your first name, Humber.local. Your first name, admin, your first name, everything, your first name. Okay, your first name, Humber.local. If that's placed here, then click next. The rest is just next until install. So we need a screenshot at the final screen before we install Active Directory. We need a screenshot of the final screen before we install Active Directory. So on this page, nothing more than just put the password. So DNS, you can see DNS is selected. So it's going to be installed by Active Directory and configured for us as well. At least the forward lookup zone part of it. So small ABC, capital ABC, shift123, without shift123, the class password I'm putting here. And click next. So then there is create DNS delegation and next. So nothing much there in DNS delegation as well. You can't actually put anything there in DNS delegation.
So do we have to create a DNS delegation?
No, we cannot actually click anything there. So ignore that
Oh,
and click
okay.
next.
Teacher, I stuck here.
Where? Where, Chang? You can share a screenshot. So click next to the, oh, okay, so server installation. Oh, whoa, where are we here? Before you begin, add roles and features. Okay, next, Chang. Add roles and features, then you selected something else, I think. Multi-board services. Chang, can you click cancel on this? And go to the yellow triangle up there, the yellow thing on the top right. Yeah. And oh, certificate services. Master G. Master G means a respected teacher, and that is when you do a very basic mistake. Then I say Master G. Okay, so Chang, you have to go away from here and click anywhere else, and click the add roles and features again. Click add roles and features again, yeah, and then click next. So Sukhvinder is saying create DNS delegation. No, we don't have to. So click next. Oh, okay. So drag Chang, drag the screen up. Add roles and features. Yeah, drag the screen up. Add roles and features screen. Oh yeah, there you go. Next. And yes, nothing here. Next and next. And uncheck that Active Directory certificate services, the top one, and select the second one. Oh, okay, you can't. So select the second one anyway. The Active Directory domain services. No. Go back. Do you see the second Active Directory domain services under certificate services? Yeah, this one. Yeah, and add features. So Chang, you're installing Active Directory for the first time. Okay, and also select DHCP server. DHCP server, down, in the D, down, downer, up, yeah, no, yes. and add features, and click next, and next, install. It's not compulsory to go for that restart option. We know that it's not going to restart. So guys, you can go ahead and click next and install. We don't need a screenshot at the description. So the rest you can just click next and restart.
Hi.
Yeah.
So,
Mine is not, after putting the password, my next is not highlighting.
Oh, so just like Chang has shared his screen, so when he's done, then you can share the screen as well, or you can share your screenshot.
Screen, because I'm on another screen.
You can take a screenshot from cell phone and upload it on WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll do that.
So Raman also has shared his screen. So Raman, also select DHCP. Oh no, on features don't do anything. Oh, you can't click next. Click previous, Raman, and then show me what you did.
actually, I did it. Like I installed. I'll show it. But then I'm not able to get that. I'll show what
If you've already
happened.
installed, then it's not going to go ahead. So,
So I'm not able to reach confirmation and results.
then cancel it. This one you have already installed, so cancel this screen. What you just showed me. You have to go to the, promote this server to a domain controller, the yellow triangle. Oh, Chang, click your screen. Where's your screen? Okay, maybe you also close it. So Chang, go to the yellow triangle. So guys, I think this is a great time. We're gonna take. Oh, Chang, you have server 3 there? No, on server 1, but I think it's server 2 and 3 you have, Chang, right? So Chang, go for the server where you installed Active Directory. Okay, so you installed it on server 3. That's okay. I'm asking control here, Chang. Take control. Okay, so. Wow. Oh, I still don't have control. Okay, so Chan, go to the yellow triangle.
Are we going to do the same thing in the server? Install the Active Directory service?
Yeah, Zhang, next, and install Active Directory. And restart.
On the another VM, right? We need to install
on the second VM, no. Only on one VM we're going to install Active Directory. On the other VM, we will not install Active Directory.
Okay.
Okay, so Chang, click the yellow triangle, yellow sign. Yes, the yellow traffic sign. Oh, okay. I'll give you back the control, I think. Am I able to do that? Okay, so it's going chaos now. Chang, you can take control. Chang, can you click? Go ahead and click. I'm not clicking. Go ahead and click on the yellow sign, yellow triangle. Yeah, this one. Yellow.
Note the domain.
No, yellow. So I'm talking to Chang right now, and it's promote the domain. Yes, Raman, about yours is promote the server to a domain controller, the first one. Raman, go for the promote this domain to server to a domain controller. Yeah. So Chang, I think yeah, this one. Woo, you reached it, man. Woo. Okay, promote the server to a domain controller. First one. Promote this server to a domain controller, Chang. Yeah. Yeah, this one.
Even from I have to do that.
Yes, exactly. Raman, what Chang is doing, you need to do that.
Yeah.
So add a new forest. Third one, Chang. Third one. Chang. Third one. Yes. And type here. Guys, the rest of you, if you have restarted, take a break and come back at 7:55, 8:05, 8:15. So it's a break for the rest of you if you are done with the next install, right? If you know what I'm saying. Otherwise, when I'm done with Chang, I'll show you. Otherwise, if you restarted next, that's it. 8:15, there's a break. Until 8:15, there's a break now. So you are in break now. Okay.
Amir, I was on paths here, so I just have to do next and install.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay.
Chang, remove that, just put Chang there. Remove the domain and only Chang. Remove the Ying as well. No. Remove the Ying. Now, CHANG. Now put domain there. Now put domain after Chang, yeah.
Do we need to put some other name, like for machines I have put Raman, so should I use something else?
.local, Chang, .local. Yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, I have I have used Raman, so I also need to not to use Raman again. I need to use something else.
No, Raman domain .local. If you're on this stage, you can just put Raman domain .local. Yeah, Chang, next. Raman
But for other the machines created, I have used Raman only. Is it fine?
Oh yeah, it's okay. For domain, it's just Raman domain. For others, it's okay the way you use it. Okay, so click next, Chang, and go ahead and click next. So put here password when it loads. Yeah, put the password.
Said, I think we were using our name humber.local. So do you want to?
Okay, that's too late for. It's okay.
Okay.
And next, but thank you for reminding that. Okay, and don't change anything here, Chang. Next. Yeah, just simply next. Now, Chang, you have done this on server 3, right? So your server 2 will be your member server. Server 3 will be your domain controller. So okay, next, Chang. And next. And that's it. Oh, seriously, that's not it. Verification privileges for domain controller promotion failed. Certificate service installed. Okay. So Chang, this means you have to wait now till 10 o'clock and I'll remotely connect to you from the team viewer. That's gonna go long now. If you know how to uninstall certificate services, otherwise we have given enough time of the class. So please do pay attention, Chang. We did not select the first option, but you did. So please do pay attention. Otherwise, now at 10 o'clock, I'm going to connect to your machine remotely, right? So wait for us and don't do anything.
Yeah. Do I have to create the DNS delegation? I have to select
so you don't have to do anything on DNS delegation. Just click next.
Okay, so won't it be create the DNS delegation?
Yeah, we will not be creating DNS delegation. Click next.
Okay.
So NetBIOS name is assigned to the domain.
Yeah,
okay, I got it.
Yeah, next.
My name, it's there.
Yeah, which is okay. No.
I use my name domain. Do I use my name domain for the NetBIOS?
The default one is okay. We do not change anything on the NetBIOS system.
Okay, so that's next.
Next.
Yeah, that's it. Next. So until you reach the description, go ahead and click next there as well, and then go ahead and click install.
Okay, so per check has been done. So I click install.
Yes. So if you see this screen, guys, that's it. Click install. Ignore all the warnings here. These warnings are not applied to us.
Okay. So I'm clicking it. You have not clicked your.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done. click install now.
So that I don't have to start afresh. Okay.
Good. Okay. Hey guys. guys, so let's take a break and everyone. So we'll come back at 8:15.
I'm getting a message that
Yeah, let it restart. The message will come.
yeah,
Yeah, let it restart.
yeah,
Ignore
it's
that.
restarting.
Yeah, you can ignore that. This one.
I mean,
So you don't have to do anything.
it's done. I can go for the break. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's been done. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Hopefully the break is for me as well. So I'm just gonna pause and go. Yay! And well, the domain controller is restarted. And so we can just log in to the domain controller here. So I'm going to click that. Now it should show your Humber domain or the domain name and the domain administrator account that has all the privileges across the forest. So we're going to log into small abc, go to abc, ship123 without ship123. So once you're logged in, you can see on the left side the dashboard, local server, all servers, ADDS, DHCP, DNS, file and storage services. So, well, there's a yellow triangle still showing because we still have to configure DHCP there. So if you are fully logged in, first thing, if we point out from our steps here in the diagram, that Active Directory DNS needs to be installed. So these two are installed and configured as well. We still need to do some more vendor best practices as well, which I'm going to explain later. It should show with nslookup command the fully qualified domain name. So right now it's not going to show that. But before doing anything else, so we have installed Active Directory DNS and we logged in the first time after that, right? So we need to do this task, and that is we do not need to continue working with administrator account. We need to work with your first name admin account. So we're going to create that your first name admin here. Okay, so how do we do that? Let's go to Active Directory and computers, open it up, go to users container, and then right click on administrator and copy, and then just put username password there. We're gonna always use from now on throughout the course only this account, your first name admin, right? So I'm gonna go to the first machine here, and in the first machine we're going to go to tools. There's a tools inside server manager on the top right, tools, and then you go to that ADUC, which is Active Directory users and computers. Hopefully you're able to find it, and then go ahead and click that. So tools and then Active Directory and computers in that computer, in that machine where you installed Active Directory. Oh, did I start the recording? I did, right? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forgot that for the other college, and I had to re-record the whole thing again with all the same jokes. I had to remember all the jokes as well, right? That was terrible. Okay, thank you for reminding that, and let's go ahead. And so here
You are repeating. I didn't follow you.
Okay, so Zhang,
Which one?
are you logged in?
Yeah, and the tools, I'm not sure which one we need to
See this?
after
Yeah,
click.
tools, and do you see this?
Yeah,
Okay.
active
Active Directory user and
directory user and
administrator.
user.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
So go
okay.
ahead and click that.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And you can see the domain name here, and we can just expand that domain name, right? So once you expand the domain name, you can see all the containers there, and so what we can do is we can go down to the users container and select it. Yay! So once you have selected the user, on the top right you can see administrator account that has all the privileges. It is the schema admin, it is the enterprise admin as well, domain admin as well. So we're not going to use this account for throughout the course. We're going to use its copy, which will have the same privileges as this account has. So we're going to right click on top of this like Aziz, right? So we're going to right click on top of this administrator account inside users container and then click copy, right? So once we click copy here, so what you can see is that, well, your first name, admin, that's it, right? Your first name, admin. So I'm just gonna select, right click and copy this and put it in user logon name as well, exactly the same thing. Right click and paste. So your first name admin here, first name, full name, and user logon name, and this one as well. So once you have right clicked and copy the administrator, then you can go for next, and then you can give username, password. So small abc, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123, and press tab, small abc, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123, right? So the same class password we give. Now it's a good idea not that it should not expire. So anyone knows that in Active Directory, when what is the default setting for expiration of a user account? Anyone knows in Active Directory what is the default expiration?
90 days.
No. In Active Directory. Okay, so it is 45 days. So after, by default it is, but you can increase it to 90 days or decrease it to 30 days as well. In 45 days, it's going to expire, and then we will have to change our password. So in training environment, we're just avoiding that. In production environment, in companies, we actually change it in 30 days. Every 30 days, you have to change your administrative password, right? So password never expires is already, go ahead and select that after putting the class password and click next. Please, can you come back on copy after users? After users, okay. So this channel, do you see that administrator here? And if you see administrator here in the users, you will see that account. So right click on this and copy like this. So others who were where I was, go ahead and click next, finish. Okay, so right click administrator and copy. Once you copy that, so this will open. So you have to right click on top of administrator and then copy. You have to select administrator and then copy. Otherwise it will not have all the privileges. So your first name admin here, and then select it again and copy that and paste it here in the second line as well. The exact same thing. What is up there is exact same thing down here as well. Your first name admin. If you have done that, then click next, and then the class password. So small abc, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123, small abc, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123. Password never expires. Yeah, it's the same as the full name, this channel. See this? hopefully you're seeing that. And it's the same everywhere, right? Next. And then give the password. Make sure that you put password never expires. Okay, so you put password and then select the third option and then click next and finish. So this is the summary of, so your first name at your first name Humber, your first name admin at your first name Humber.local. If you have done that and this is a summary of this, then click finish. Right? So I wait here, maybe somebody comes up, hey, can you repeat that? So that's why I'm just, if nobody says anything, then I'll just click finish and go ahead. So let us click finish, and okay, finished. And then once you make a change here in Active Directory, just go to the domain name here and refresh it. So click on the domain name, your first name Humber, or whatever your domain name is. Refresh here a couple of million times. Refresh, right? Just a few million times. So once that is done, what we need to do is we need to sign out from the administrator account, and we need to log in from your first name admin account. And throughout the course, we're going to only use this account from now on, right? So right click here on the Windows icon, not your Windows 10 icon, which looks like the same, but you're inside the VMware Workstation Windows icon, and go to this shutdown or sign out, and then sign out. Then sign in from your first name admin account. So sign out, and then once you sign out, there's that screen. Obviously we need to press the three buttons, Control Alt Delete here, and then guys, make sure that you don't log in from administrator now. You need to not log into administrator. You need to go down to other user like Ziz. Click the other user here, and then you have to put the name that you just created an account for, your first name admin, and hopefully you remember the password, which is small abc, capital ABC, shift123 without shift123. Welcome. Okay.
Say it. Sorry, could you do it again? How you choose the shutdown?
Oh.
Just power off?
You don't want to see this? Oh, okay. I'll just log in from the other machine to show. Oops. Okay. So you have to right click on this one, this Windows icon. When you right click on, not left click, right click, and then there is a shutdown or sign out. So right click on this one, shutdown, sign out, and then you should choose this one. Hopefully you got it. And once you click sign out, then go for the other user. Okay. That's it. Okay guys, so let us log in from this dude here, this guy, your first name admin, and the password. So if you have done that, why I need to copy one with admin privileges? So Xiang, we copied it because suppose we mess up we use this account and we have some kind of corruption, and this account is not logging in for some reason, so that other account will be our backup account administrator, so we can log in from there as well anytime. So that's the reason. All right, cool. And press O and K. Now we're logged in, and guys, throughout the course we're going to use your first name admin. Throughout the course we're going to use your first name admin. Okay, so we're logged in from your first name admin. I'll check out the list here. So we have done this task as well, and Active Directory is installed, yes, but DHCP is not installed yet, and after that DNS with fully qualified domain name configuration, we need to do that too. So now is the turn for this DHCP. So let's go ahead and install this DHCP here. DHCP dynamic host configuration protocol, and hopefully everyone knows that it provides automatic IP addressing. So if you're logged in from your account, first of all guys, open the command prompt with admin privileges. In the machine where Active Directory is installed, go down here and right click here like Aziz and go for command prompt admin. Command prompt admin. So in that first machine and press yes, right? If it says yes, no, press yes. So what did we select? Right click here and command prompt admin, right? Now in this command prompt, what command you need to write? So you need to write here, first of all, who am I? Who am I? That's an actual command. And
Amir, just I don't have any option other than restart and shut down. Don't have sign out.
oh, so you were not able to sign out?
I don't have sign out. I have just shut down and restart.
In your first machine?
Server 1.
You don't have a sign out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how is it possible? So you have just restart and shut down like Aziz? Are you remotely connected to that machine?
Remotely, no.
Okay, it's a local machine. And it's a Windows Server 2016.
Yep.
And okay, so well, I think there is a sign out command. I'm sure. Well, through command prompt you can. So are you right clicking the correct one? Suppose I go for my Windows 10 here and go for, yeah, it also has sign out. So why are you not seeing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, yeah, I'll just try to really quickly Google. Although you shut down /r will restart your machine. If you want to sign out, there has to be a command for that too. So if I go for a command to sign out in Windows Server 2016. How to log out of Windows Server? There's no ways to log out. Come on. Give me a command now. Give me a command already. So one is this, okay. Log, sign out. Second is GUI option. And all control delete. You can also go with that. But shutdown -L space now also give you. Okay.
Shut down minus. Oh, okay.
L -L space now.
Shut down minus L. Yeah.
And I'll just put it here. So.
Well, that didn't work.
Okay.
But
So yeah. One more thing. See this?
I would restart. It's okay. Yeah, but restart because it's not. Yeah. Okay.
So restart and then log in with the other account and let us go ahead. Okay, guys. So here on first server, you can see that there is the yellow triangle. So let's go to the yellow triangle on the first server. Oh, actually, what was it doing? Yeah, here. Who am I? Sorry. In the command prompt, we were doing who am I. So just type who am I and press enter. It should give you the domain name and your domain admin name, right? Domain name and your domain admin name. So second thing is type also the host name here. There's a command called host name. So if you press enter, now it will give you the computer name. So your domain name, the account you're logged in from, and the computer name, right? All three information is there. And the fourth thing is ipconfig. That tells us, so ipconfig and press enter, right? This will tell you the IP. So this is all the crucial information we need. So this will be your screenshot number 6, that which domain are you logged in from, which user account you're logged in from, which machine is that, and what is the IP of this machine, right? So who am I, host name, ipconfig, these 3 commands. If you have put and executed these commands, go ahead and take a screenshot of these 3 commands on machine 1. So I'm gonna.
Amir, it looks like you didn't uncheck IPv6 there.
Oh, IPv6.
It's displaying IPv6 for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll uncheck that. Okay. Let me just check it out. I'm sure I did, but yeah, it could be a mistake. Oh, I did not. Okay, there you go. Thank you for reminding that. I'll uncheck that. Close. Okay. So if you've given ipconfig, let's just go ahead and so I'm just going to take a sample of this screenshot. So command prompt cmd information of machine 1, cmd information of machine 1. So I'm going to put that screenshot number 6 in WhatsApp, screenshot 6, and cmd info of machine 1, and then you can put it your server name as well. So this is your sample screenshot 6, cmd info of machine 1. Lost connection. Okay, try to reconnect. Oh, so you have administrator test channel. So you did not sign out and sign in. I need to configure my domain admin name. Well, test channel, you just have to sign out, sign in, right? Did you sign out from administrator account and did you sign in from the new account? If you did not, obviously it will not show you that. Are you logged in from your other account? Obviously you're not, because who am I can tell that which account you're logged in from. So sign out again and sign in from your first name admin, and then run this command, who am I, right? So that is II. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so well, this is the screenshot here, and my suggestion is do try to pay full attention, guys. Very small steps if we miss, the next screenshot will not give you the result that is required for the marks. So don't think that hey, if I don't do that, or maybe you're not paying attention enough. We have given enough time to sign out and sign in. I'm not sure how you're able to come back with the same account. So please try to pay attention, everyone. I'm sure majority are paying attention. So guys, this is the screenshot here. Let's go for DHCP now. I'm going to minimize that. After taking a screenshot, I'm just going to minimize that, right? So we have installed the DHCP role, but we never configured it, right? Okay, yes, that channel. So you have now correctly logged in from your account, and this screenshot is good. Just type the other. You can see my screenshot. So you need to type host name and ipconfig commands as well, and then take a screenshot number 6. You can check the screenshot on WhatsApp that I gave the sample screenshot there. Okay, guys. So here we can go to this your yellow triangle, and then click complete DHCP configuration as well. So hopefully we're able to go ahead. So complete DHCP configuration, let's click that in yellow triangle. So complete DHCP configuration is create the following security groups for delegation of DHCP server administration. So well, it's going to create 2 security groups, one with full privileges for DHCP and other just read-only privileges for DHCP. And the third is that it's going to authorize, so Active Directory will authorize DHCP to work. So this is DHCP asking, hey, can I work? Yes, you're going to work. So well, first screen, nothing here, so click next. Second screen, obviously your first name admin should be showing there, and that's it. So under this privileges, this account privileges, you're going to configure DHCP. Yes, we're going to do that. So go ahead and click commit. So I'm going to click commit now, and it should answer in done. So are you done or are you not done? So I'm going to click commit now, and it's done. Yay! Okay, so click close. So what we just did was we went to yellow triangle, we clicked the only option there for promote or the configure DHCP options, and then next and done. That's it. Next and commit. So guys, if I go to those that screenshot here, so DHCP is not yet fully configured. It's been authorized only, right? We need to give a IP range here, right, for DHCP. So now we're going to configure. We're going to create a scope inside the DHCP, and that scope will distribute IP addresses. So here, what we can do is that we can go to the DHCP. So where is DHCP? We can go to the top right, which is Tools. We can go to DHCP, which is top right, Tools. So if you click Tools, do you see DHCP there? Yes. Okay, thank you for the reply. And let's click DHCP. Oh, okay, there's a yes, thank you. So once you click DHCP here, this DHCP console opens, and we need to expand this DHCP so we could see the left side clearly. Okay, so Mamilo says, why is your firewall turned on? Yeah, I think the firewall for every one of us is turned on. So this is the third profile, which is the domain profile. When you join a machine to a domain or you make it a domain controller, the domain profile is on at that time. So we're going to turn it off. Thank you for the reminder. But since we've already started DHCP, let's finish that, and then we're going to come back and turn off that third profile as well. Okay, so if you're inside DHCP here, let's expand that DHCP, right? And then go to IPv4 and expand that IPv4 as well. So this shows server options, policies, and filters. What we can do is we can go to IPv4 itself by right-clicking on IPv4. So right-click on IPv4 and you should be seeing these options. And what we're interested in is new scope. Hopefully everyone is on new scope. Okay. All right. So let's click new scope and click next. So it's asking for your name. Well, any name. So your first name, company scope. It could be any name actually. So your first name, company scope. Your first name, company scope. So if you have put in that name, let's click next. And start IP range. So what we can do is we can go 192.168.200.50 up to 100. So just give a range from 50 up to 100. So we're not going to have that many machines or clients there, but we're just giving some range here. 192.168.200.100. So from 200.50 up to 200.100, and it says length is 24/24. So 250 for clients here. So guys, if you have put in that range, let's click next. Right? Alright, so nothing on the next page. It says add exclusions and delay. Nope, nothing to configure. We don't want to exclude any range here. I'm going to click next. Lease duration. So lease duration is 8 days, which is, in our training environment, it's okay. Doesn't matter. So it's going to just automatically keep on renewing if the machine is up. So no change on lease duration as well, and click next. And then it says, hey, do you want to configure the advanced options of DHCP as well? So yes, we want to configure the advanced options. So keep it yes and next. So guys, we do want our clients to get a gateway, right? So we're going to go for that fake gateway again, which is 192.168.200.1. 200.1, which is French for 1. Add. So you need to add here as well. Make sure that you not only type, but you need to click the add button. And so the DHCP will tell the client, hey, that's your gateway. Okay. And then next. Then DHCP will also tell all the clients that what is their domain name and what is the DNS server's IP address. So both these information are correct for our domain name and server IP address. So we're not going to make any changes here. and click next. So wins, we're not using that. It's the MetBIOS to IP rest, so that's not really what we use anymore. We use DNS, so no configuration here, and click next. So yes, I want to activate this scope, and click next. So that's the final screen here, and finish. Okay. So this is your scope created here. So well, the scope hopefully is created by everyone, and let us check our list here of the tasks we needed to do. So yeah, now DHCP is done as well. So double check here and check mark here, and the DNS is still single check mark because DNS was installed and half configured, but we need to configure it according to the vendor best practices. So let's check out what are the vendor best practices for DNS, and why are we going to the DNS. So while DNS is actually configured well, it's okay right now with the current state. So let's go back to our machine here. DHCP is done, right? We don't need the DHCP window to be open. I'm going to close that DHCP window. Okay, so yes, that was reminded by Mamilo. So let's check out this domain as well. So in the local server, in Server Manager, if you see that domain on, suppose you see domain off as well, don't trust that. Always click and check yourself. Sometimes it says off, but one of the 3 profiles is sometimes on. So let's click that domain on here, and we can see that the private networks and guest or public network profile is off, but domain networks is on. So we're going to turn off this one as well. So let's go to the left side, turn Windows Firewall on or off. Ready? So turn Windows Firewall on or off, and click on this, and turn off Windows Firewall. Firewall. That's the firewall. Okay. Turn Windows Firewall and off, and then press O and K. Hopefully everyone has done that. So press O and K and close and K. No, just close. And refresh this guy.
Sayed, in my server 1 Windows Firewall, it shows as, instead of domain, it shows as public off. I don't know why is it showing as public instead of domain.
Yeah, me the same.
Is it showing 3 profiles here or 2? Like domain networks,
let me see.
private networks, public networks.
Yeah, it has 3 options.
Okay, so if all 3 are off, and well, I'm not sure why it's changed the name, but make sure that all 3 are off for our lab's purpose. Maybe my
Guest or public network is connected to last one.
Our network is connected, that's why. Okay, so well, all 3 options, as said, should be off, should be red. That's what we need to make sure. It is detecting the network as public. Oh, okay. So Safe says, and Mohammed also says, it is detecting the network as public, otherwise it's normally domain network. So, okay. Let's click close, even though it shows a different name.
Could you reopen it again, sorry?
Sure. And then
So I have the last one is connected, and then the first and the second one not connected. But the first one, domain network, it's showing as not connected, but it's a green firewall.
if it is green, so it's going to stop some of the traffic. So go to the turn Windows Firewall on or off here, and turn it off. So go to the turn Windows Firewall on or off, and see, make sure that turn off, and turn off are all selected.
Okay, thank you.
Active, Manolo says active domain network is showing none. Okay. Domain networks none. Well, it's not. It may not be having any connection right now. But so Mamilo, the thing is that when we join our second server to domain, then the real situation will be clear. But right now, if it says none, that is also okay. And just make sure it is, the profiles are red or closed for now. When you turn them off. Oh, okay. So the question is, why did we turn them off? Because, because we just don't want. Yep. So Jess has shown yes, the 3 profiles are right. This is okay in the WhatsApp. So we turn it off because normally it is going to tend to stop some of the legit traffic as well. Suppose you're connecting from vCenter to hypervisor, and you had added proper ports as an exception in the firewall, but sometimes even though we have added an exception, which means that we have allowed some of the traffic while the firewall is blocking the rest of the traffic, whatever some of the traffic you have added or told the firewall to allow to go, sometimes it blocks that one as well. So we just wanted to avoid troubleshooting that why is it blocking some legit traffic, and want to concentrate on understanding the concepts first. So that's why we're turning it off. Okay, so Atshan, yes, your screen is also okay. So if the 3 profiles are red, that's what we want, guys. Okay, so let's close this and go ahead. Yay! So guys, here, we need to configure the DNS. Right? Okay. So I'm going to click Tools and go to DNS now. On the top right, I'm going to click Tools and go to DNS now. Okay, Tools, and once you click the DNS, then let's open the DNS console. And then go for your first name, server 01. And once you have expanded the DNS here, you can see forward lookup zone and reverse lookup zone. Forward lookup zone, it resolves computer names to IP addresses, and reverse lookup zone does the opposite. It resolves IP addresses to computer names. So Active Directory has already configured for us the forward lookup zone. If at this point we haven't made any change, right? At this point, if you don't make any change, it's okay. It's doing its name resolution already. But the vendor best practice or the Microsoft best practice, or in production environments, you will see that they will also configure reverse lookup zone here as well. Why is that? Suppose you have just only Microsoft machines in the network. You don't have Linux. You don't have any other non-Microsoft machines. If you just have purely Microsoft machines, forward lookup zone is good enough. You don't have to do anything else. But when you go to reverse lookup zone, first reason to configure it is that you have non-Microsoft machines communicating with Microsoft machines. So Linux machine may be trying to communicate with Microsoft machines, right? Or you have some enterprise grade applications like Exchange server, which is an email server, right? So normally Exchange server's best practice is that when you configure that email server in your environment, so you do configure reverse lookup zone for that too. So it's a best practice to just simply configure reverse lookup zone. So we're going to do that, but before, so stay on, keep this window open, but let's go down to first, where? Command prompt. Go ahead and open the command prompt, and we're going to run a command called nslookup. So click the command prompt here. I have clicked it. Okay, Mamilo shows this, and turn off network discovery. Yes, that's a good thing to turn on, but even if you don't, it's okay. I mean, it's not really compulsory. So Mamilo, but that's a good suggestion. Okay, guys. So if anyone wants to go for that, go ahead, as Mamilo suggested on WhatsApp. But without that also we can survive or do our network. Now the network discovery is also okay because all monitoring software can detect, but if it is off, then well, hackers would have a bit longer time to really detect the machine. A bit slow. Okay, so let's go ahead in command prompt and try to what were we doing? Yeah, ns lookup. So ns lookup, right? So what is ns lookup? It is name server lookup. I did not see DNS into Chang. Oh, Chang, you did not install Active Directory, so that's why you won't see DNS there. If you had installed, you were not successful installing the Active Directory. That's why you cannot see DNS. So you have to wait and give me your team viewer, and at the end of the class, and I will quickly configure everything for you. But hopefully not at the end of every class I have to connect to your machine, right? So try to pay attention, and I understand that it's a lot new for you, but you know, there's a class time as well. So Chang, you can wait for us, right? And at the end of the class, just give me your team viewer. Okay, NS lookup and press enter. NS lookup is name server, lookup means search, NS means name server. So you're searching for your DNS server. So once you press enter to the NS lookup, you can see that default server name is localhost and address is 127.0.0.1. Hopefully everyone is seeing that. So we don't want that. We want the fully qualified domain name to be showing there, which is the server name, your first name serve01 dot your domain name. So it should show the proper server name plus domain name here, that is called FQDN or fully qualified domain name, and the correct IP should be showing here. So it's not showing correct information right now. So what we can do is we can go out of this interactive mode by typing on the keyboard Control C, Control, and the C button takes you out of the interactive mode of NS lookup. So now what we can do is that we can go to first our network card and check, hey, why our preferred DNS is showing this IP? Didn't we give our 192.168.200.1 IP? So let's keep this window open, command prompt, and go to server manager here, this one. So click the server manager, and then hopefully you're in the local server. We need to just go to the network card, right? You can go from here directly as well, right click and open network sharing, or you can go from local server Ethernet 0 as well, and then double click Ethernet 0, click properties, double click v4. Remember, that's where we came to give our static IP. So double click that. So you can see that we're sure that we put this 200.1 IP, but how come it changed back to loopback address or 127.0.0.1? So it does that once when you put preferred DNS as its own IP of the machine. So when it restarts, so it checks that, oh, preferred DNS is me. It's that machine, which is me. So it simply points to itself, and pointing to itself is the address 127.0.0.1 or loopback address. So it does that only once. We're going to just simply remove that IP, and we're going to put back that IP. After that, it's never going to do that, no matter how many times you restart. So 192.168.200.1. So we're going to just put back that IP again, right? So if you have put in that IP, then press O and K. Gateway we can ignore, that's all, because if the IP of the same machine is the gateway, then it removes it, which is okay. But other machines must have that gateway. This machine does not have to have that same gateway. Let's press O and K, and then press OK again, then press close again, then click close here for Ethernet window. So we need to go back to our command prompt. Yay! So once we go back to the command prompt, what we can do is we can run this command again, ns lookup, right? At least our IP should be okay now. So I'm gonna up arrow on the keyboard, click the up arrow key on the keyboard, or just type that command again, and then press enter. So at least your IP should be okay now. So is your IP okay, everyone? All right, so yeah, it says timed out, but look at the IP. IP should be okay first, because we just fixed it. Okay, cool. So the IP should be okay, that's good. Now we're gonna go out of this interactive mode by typing Control C again, because we're gonna come back later. We're gonna Control C, and you're back out of the NS lookup interactive mode. So just type Control C again. So first we configure the IP, it's correct. Then we go for the actual fully qualified domain name, server name plus domain name. So let's fix that too. How do we fix that? So no exit, because if I did not click exit, do not type exit or do not close it, right? So I no click, you no click, the Einstein saying, right? So yeah.
Amir, just a second. I just want to understand from the, like, if you're looking on the top image, what are you doing now? Like, we installed the Active Directory, the DHCP server, and then the DNS. But what are we doing in this step? What are we searching for?
We're fixing the fully qualified domain name. So
okay, thank you.
It should respond to NSLOOKUP command with the proper name of the DNS server and IP.
Thank you.
Okay, so JA $$ is showing a picture, and Control C out of that, yeah. Yeah, so Control C out of that JA $$ in WhatsApp. I'm not sure who is this here in WebEx.
Side, it's not working.
Oh, that's Jaswinder. Okay. So, Jaswinder, did you change the IP as we did just now?
Yeah.
And did you press OK to that?
Yes, now it's working. Yeah, I got that. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, guys, let's fix the rest as well. The DNS FQDN here. NSLOOKUP should be showing the DNS FQDN. So I'm just going to go down to this DNS icon. Hopefully everyone is seeing this DNS icon at the bottom. If you don't see that icon, maybe you've closed it, so then go to Tools and just click DNS from there, or if it is already open, just click this one. So I'm going to click that, and now we're going for reverse lookup zone, right? So reverse lookup zone, as I've already mentioned, is best practice that in your network environment you should be configuring reverse lookup zone as well. But if you don't, in purely Windows environment, it works fine. So let's name resolution works fine. So right click on reverse lookup zone and click new zone. So first, actually, suppose you don't see new zone here, then first left click and select the reverse lookup zone, and then right click and click new zone. Right? So click new zone, and once you click new zone, there is that introduction screen here, and click next. And then it says, hey, will it be a primary zone, secondary zone, stub zone, store the zone in Active Directory? So primary zone is read and write zone of name resolution, and secondary zone is read only, stub zone is for small branches, and Active Directory, store the zone in Active Directory it makes it more secure for the DNS with encryption coming from Active Directory. So let's click next here without changing anything here. And this doesn't apply to us because we don't have a second DNS server here to update to. So the defaults here on the screen, no change, and click next. IPv4 reverse lookup zone, obviously we're not going for IPv6, we're going for IPv4. So click next. And what is our network ID? It's just interested in the network ID, not the client ID here. So our network ID is 192.168.200. So what is the IP scheme we're using? And so we need to just tell it to the reverse lookup zone. So if Linux machine has just an IP of a Windows machine and wants to resolve it to a name, so Linux machine's request will go to our DNS server, and DNS server will say, yes, with this IP we have this name. Okay, so let's click next if you have put in that information. And then
for 200, I'm sorry, there's one the IP address we just put 200, not dot something.
So it is our IP range that we are using here in our network. So what are we using here in our network? It is 192.168.200. So
because I only say I don't say the .1, so
client IP is not it doesn't need a client IP. It needs just a network IP, network range, not the client range. So
yeah, so 200 we just type 192.168.200. That's
yeah,
it,
that's
right?
exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys. So here, IPv4 200.1 and click close. Well, oh, sorry, we were not here. So yeah, I'm just clicking close here. So we were here, the 192.168.200 only, and click next. So on this, we don't have another DNS server, so again, this doesn't apply to us, and click next. So this channel, click next to this screen where what you showed on WhatsApp. No changes on the screen. And this channel, you can see my screen here. Yeah, you're on this screen, right? So no changes here. Click next. Hopefully you're following now. So next, and then you see IPv4 release reverse lookup zone, right? So just click that and welcome. And next, so just on this screen, just put 192.168.200. Right, and that's it. Next, finish. So next, and go ahead and guys finish it. So that's click finito. And well, the thing is that whenever you change make a change in the DNS, you have to go to the server side and click refresh just a few million times, right? So click the server name and refresh it, right? So one last change here would be before we come back to this NS lookup, and it should show us the FQDN, is that let's expand the reverse lookup zone. In the reverse lookup zone, when you expand, there is that reverse lookup zone created here, right? So I'm going to click that reverse lookup zone here, and I don't see any pointer record here. So pointer record is the name, the IP and name of a machine. So its opposite is a record. In forward lookup zone, the name and IP of a machine is called a record. In reverse lookup zone, the IP and name of the same machine is called PTR or pointer record, right? So these are very crucial. Hackers also need that information, but also obviously if you need perfect name resolution in your Microsoft VMware environment, then you just make sure that the name records are there for name resolution. So we don't see the name of this server here, right? So we're going to go up to forward lookup zone. So guys, this might be confusing as well, but this is something that you can avoid in your production environments and networks when you configure your own DNS servers in a production environment. Majority of the administrators go for this. Okay, so I'm going to expand the forward lookup zone, and hopefully you see your first name humber.local. Your first name humber.local. So once you click that, you can see that the machine name is showing here in the forward lookup zone, which resolves computer names to IP addresses. But you don't see that record there in reverse lookup zone. So it should be there for our name FQDN to work properly when we type nslookup command. So I'm going to double click this A record. Hopefully you see that too. It's a name and an IP. And it's called host A record, the last one. So I'm going to double click that and click update associated pointer record. So if non-Microsoft machines want to connect to this machine now, the name resolution at least will be there for non-Microsoft machines to resolve names of from the IP. So select that and apply, and okay. So VMware is also obviously non-Microsoft infrastructure. So hypervisors, from hypervisors if you want to resolve names. So this is also useful for that in VMware environment. So if you selected that pointer record, press OK. Again, we have made a change in the DNS. So go up to server and refresh just a few million times. So we went to forward lookup zone, we went to the domain Humber, and then we double click the only record, A record that is there, and then we simply click this checkbox. That's all. Apply OK. So then I'm going to go to server and refresh just a few million times. Right? So now we should see that record in reverse lookup zone as well. So let's just expand the reverse lookup zone, and now that record is there, pointer record, right? So this is what we needed to do. Now we're going to go down to NSLOOKUP, and it better give us the correct information. Correct information, you're about to see what I mean by correct information, right? So just a few million steps, and we configure everything. You know, if you only know easy steps, that everyone else also know. So you have to go in depth with the best practices to really land a job. So guys, here I'm gonna up arrow here, NSLOOKUP, or just go ahead and type that and press enter. Now you should be seeing this. So default server is your server name dot your domain name. So is it showing to everyone? Yes. Okay, thank you for that reply. But you also need to have a screenshot now. All right, there are yeses here. It's raining yes, so that's very good. So guys, take a screenshot number 7, and that is NSLOOKUP works. Screenshot number 7, NSLOOKUP works. So I'll take a sample screenshot here. Man, we were doing that in Azure Cloud in George Brown College, and that's really painful. Okay. So I'm gonna go for screenshot number, I think it's 7. It's not 8, right? Screenshot 7 in WhatsApp. I'm typing that. NSLOOKUP works, and press enter. Alright, so you can see the WhatsApp sample screenshot with the title there. So always give title to your screenshot. Make sure your screenshot shows your name, right? All right, so let us so this is NSLOOKUP, and if we check back in our network, so yes, our DNS is also following the best practice, vendor best practice for name resolution. All right, yay. So let's go ahead, and we're just going to join this machine to domain. So let's quickly do that. Let's quickly join this machine to domain. With that, your first name admin. So if that is done and we've taken a screenshot, so we're good. Now what we can do is we can go to the second machine and log in from the local administrator and join it to domain and restart and log in from your first name admin account, right? Throughout the course, we're going to use this your first name admin account. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the second machine now. And in the second machine, if you're logged in already, or go ahead and log in with the local administrator for now, because it's not joined to the domain, obviously, you have to use local admin. Okay, so here, dashboard, add roles and features. And next. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, so on second machine, sorry, just cancel. We just need to join domain, seriously. So what was I doing? So cancel, and go to local server. Guys, go to local server and go to workgroup. Let's quickly join domain and then install work hypervisors, yay. So workgroup, and click that workgroup in second machine and click the change button. So again, click the workgroup.
Sayed, for my second machine, when I'm going to log in, it gives me by default the administrator as the username. So how do I sign? Like, do I have to log in by administrator and do a sign out?
No, so log in from local administrator and then follow these steps.
So how do I switch my account from administrator to my local user? Like I'm on the...
Yeah.
No, go ahead, sorry.
So you can't use that your first name admin now in the second machine because this second machine has not joined to the domain, and that account was created in Active Directory. So if it is joined to the domain, which means it's connected to Active Directory, only then you can use that other account. Right now you have to use this local admin.
So for now I have to use this administrator one, right? Okay.
So guys, log in from local administrator. That is also called local administrator. It's not domain administrator. It's just local to this machine. So once you log in from local administrator, go to local server, work group, and then go to change. And once you click the change, now you need to do what? Click the domain. Yeah. Okay. So once you click domain, what is your domain name? Desk channel says I lost something. Okay, what does that mean? You lost something. You want me to, put a. You can just explain a bit more. You install AD the same on server 2. Whoa, guys. Okay. So those who have not been into the. Okay, let me just explain that. Into MCSA or haven't handled the domain controllers before. So guys, we're gonna install Active Directory, DNS DHCP only on first server. We're not gonna install these guys in this server. We're not gonna install this. So Active Directory DNS DHCP will be only installed on server 1. It must not be there in server 2. It must not be there. These 3 guys must not be there on server 2, right? So there's a thing called must not. Yay, I'm gonna even write it. Must not. Woo. Okay. Don't see anything on the screen. Oh. Which screen? My screen? Guys, are you able to see my screen? Okay, I'm not sure, this channel, what exactly do you mean by don't see anything on the screen? Which screen are you at? You can also put your screenshots there so I could really know what you're talking about. Otherwise, I'm just guessing what do you exactly mean by that? Oh, it's okay now. So, cool. Alright guys, so, yeah, anyone else?
Hi, Amir. Sorry, what we did in machine 2? Did we do any changes?
So I'm about to start that again, but just log in and wait for me. Thank you. And yeah, so your screenshot is okay, and now follow me from here, right? If you have logged in already. So we must not have Active Directory DNS DHCP, which we don't have. Okay, so guys, on this machine, let's click the work group. Let's click the work group here. Now everyone can follow who were on this screen in server 2. And it must show work group. It must not show domain right now. We're about to join the domain, right? So then click change. Once you click change here, then you see this empty spot called domain, right? So once we click the domain, now we need to type the name of our domain, name of our Microsoft network. And I think we all know what is our domain, but don't assume anything. Go back to your server 1 and go to the server 1's server manager here to know what is your domain name. Go to server manager. In server 1 server manager, you should see this domain equals your first name, humber.local, or whatever name you gave here, right? So this is our domain name. So let's put that exact spelling here in server 2. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to type this. This is my network name to which I'm about to connect now. Yay! So your first name humber.local. You need to put, even if you put just the prefix or the thing before the dot, it works, but better put the whole domain name here, right? So your first name humber.local. If you put that here, then press O and K. Got it? So once you press O and K, maybe you get an error message, oh, I cannot find your domain name. So in that case, just check the spellings of your domain name. That's the first thing. Also, if the spellings are okay, just press OK to that error, and then count to 10, and then press OK again, and it simply works. If it's asking for your username password here, then you're okay. So what username password are we giving here? It can be either, well, I don't want to say administrator because then some of you will be confused, and if you put the administrator or local at, network here. So we can put administrator, but let's just use the your first name admin that we created as a copy of our domain administrator. So your first name admin and the password. So small abc, got abc, 3.3. So hopefully we understand what we're doing, and we're going ahead with this. Your first name admin and the password, the class password, right? So let's press O and K, and it should say this: welcome to your domain name. That's it. If you see this, go ahead and press OK, 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 close and restart. If you see that, go ahead and press OK, 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 and close and restart. It needs a restart after that once you join or attach this second machine to the Active Directory domain. Getting your error message, Sukhvinder says. Sukhvinder, you can just take a screenshot and put it on WhatsApp. So I'm just going to press OK and O and K and close and restart, right? So Raman has shared the screen as well. I think, yeah, many of you might get this. So if you get this, so press OK on this and count to 10 or 15. Just give it some time and then press OK again. Normally the username password comes up again if you give it some time after pressing OK. And then press OK again because domain name is already written. Also check your domain name spelling. Third thing, it's the communication between your server 2 and server 1. So try to ping yours from server 2 to server 1. If your firewalls are still on, turn off the firewalls as well. So it's a basic communication between the two machines. Your firewall on server 2 might be open. Sometimes it starts working out of nowhere and it stops your communication from server 2 to server 1. So turn off firewall on server 2 as well. And once you press OK to this error, just count to 15 seconds, give it a 15-second time, and then press OK again, and normally it works if everything else was okay. But it's the communication between server 1 and 2. So you can keep giving screenshots. Okay, so this is also showing here from Xiang. Xiang, it's okay. You can, your name is more than 15 characters. So that's why it's gonna cut it down to Xiang server. So it's better to put your name only the first one part of it, Xiang. Don't put Yang next time, right? So it's saying that, hey, it's too long name. So, but press OK, and does it let you go ahead? If it lets you go ahead, then just press OK, OK, and restart. And what's the next screen? Next screen is from, oh, the name is not showing. So name, username or password. So this is, oh, Oren. So username, password. So you need to put the correct username, check the spellings of the username, check the spellings of the password as well. So this is, you need to remember. I may not be able to help. What's the next screen? Okay, that is from Sukhvinder. And the screen is showing press OK, ping from server 2 to 1, yeah. Okay, so you're good. So here, press OK here, and Sukhvinder, and count to 15 seconds. But better check the spellings of your domain by going to server 1. Also try to open the command prompt and ping from server 1 to 2 and 2 to 1 both ways. Try to ping both ways, right? It should work. If it doesn't work, then turn off your firewall of server 2 as well, and then try again. It will work.
What's the username we needed to set it down here?
It's your first name admin that we created in the first machine, right? Okay, that is coming from IOD, right? So you're also getting the same error message. Okay. Oh, there are no other machine screenshots here, but so many are getting this. Guys, we can also do team viewer sessions, but I would need volunteers as well. Those who know how to troubleshoot this can also ask team viewer sessions from others and can try to connect, and I will connect to one machine, but other volunteers can also connect to others' machines if others provide their team viewer. So I'm going to restart now here. and your first name plus admin. Yeah, exactly as Atisham says. I'm login with admin account on server 2. Okay, so guys, once it restarts, you have to go for your first name admin. Try to only log in from your first name admin account when it does join the domain successfully and restarts. But there are few who are having issues, so let me know what's the status of those. Okay, so ping is working both ways. Okay, Sakwinder says. Raman Joseph says same error. That's a lot. So guys, this means that I would connect to somebody's screen. Anyone can share your team viewer with me, and others can also ask if you better go for troubleshooting, guys, because it's gonna sharpen your troubleshooting skills. So, and those who are having errors can share their team viewer, and I need some volunteers. Last batch, there were so many volunteers who were connecting to others' machines and actually fixing that. If you can't, then just ask me and I'll just help you out there as well, right? So this is this error comes as normal. So guys, let me just show you. Once you restart, what do you need to do? You need to not log into second machine with this administrator account. You need to log in from other user, which is your first name admin. From second machine, make sure you go to, after restart, you go to other user and then your first name admin. Now this is if your domain has successfully joined to domain. If your second machine has successfully joined to domain, then only you go for that, right? Okay, so I'm not able to input. Oh yeah, Deepshika, sometimes it happens. So go ahead and restart this machine, and then you will see when you click other user, it will let you type something. Sometimes it happens. Just go ahead and restart. Okay, so Xiang also sees the same error again. Xiang, can you share your team viewer? Or if you can, yeah, I need actually the remote access so I can quickly troubleshoot. So team viewer. So I'm just gonna log in from this after successfully joining the domain, right? So guys, there are many students who are having issues here. So instead of going ahead, we can just try to make sure that these guys are all not having issues anymore. Anyone who wants me to connect to your machine, please share your team viewer on WhatsApp or anywhere.
I'm sorry. This first time I only know my ID. Team viewer. It shows your ID and the password.
Yeah, that's what you need to share with me, so I could connect to your. Yeah. So
you need both the username, the ID and password, all of them. Okay. So here is the ID, and the password is this one.
Okay. So I'll go for team viewer. So I'll connect to one student. Others can also connect to others. You can ask those who are able to troubleshoot. Go ahead and ask others, hey, give me your ID, and others can give ID, and you can try to troubleshoot. And I need some volunteers as well, guys, so we could resolve it as a team. I'll copy this. Oh, ouch. Commercial use detected. Okay. Hey, I'm not using it. Well.
Yeah, I'm seeing something is appearing in my.
Okay.
Should I do something?
Everyone's enjoying this? Okay, so Zhang, you can take me to your VMware work session. I'll pause the video now, guys.